amazing. The remontada we had against Liverpool, outstanding performance from the boys. I think if I'm Arsenal, I'll be worried because this is showing a different Man City. This is exactly Man City we've been witnessing. The start of the season starts now. And I think we're winning the league, man. I feel so happy. I can't believe it. Can't believe it. We're coming for that league, and Robbie knows it. Chris will see it. Today, I think this season might be a historic season for us. I think the way we win the league, I'm so happy, man.
It's a turnaround. This is a statement win, isn't it, really? Yeah.
Who scored his 28th goal for City this season.
See? BBC love me, man. They love me. They call me. Mwah! They know I'm making it, man. I'm going to win the league. Mwah! Guys, mwah! See you at the terrace, guys. Hey! Let me do a little dance. I'll see you at Al-Ahwa. Hey! A little dance, bro. You see this? I have to play like this. We when Santos used to win.
All my ops stink. All my ops on the t-shirt, they're all dead. I need better ops. Do you understand? Liverpool in a spliff.
Have you ever seen the film? Right. Have you ever seen the film about the Air Jordans with
Oh yeah. Oh my god.
Was that Cal?
Cal, you're right, bro.
Cal, you're good. Has Cal just collapsed?
The way they move the ball, the way they switch the ball with rush, the way they move.
All my ops stink. All my ops on the t-shirt, they're all dead. I need better ops. Do you understand? Liverpool in a spliff.
Hey, word to pass, man. I do need better ops. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another stream, ladies and gentlemen. Big up to every single one of you guys. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe. Keep getting stuck in the chat. Keep letting me know your opinions. Let me get the sponsor out as well, real quick, because we have to get the sponsor out. You know, I don't want Edward upset at us. You get me? So big up. Make sure, guys, check out our sponsor, OK Jersey, and use code MHF for 8% off. You get me? So, yeah, please hit the like button. Please subscribe. Keep getting stuck in the chat. You know, and look, today's stream is going to be like a YouTube stream and a football stream at the same time. I'm going to be talking about the football, and I'm going to be talking about YouTube as well. I'm going to be, you know, just speaking about this whole situation, the whole stream that happened yesterday. You know, I'm going to talk about the title of my stream as well, and the earlier on thumbnail, everything. Don't worry, we're going to address it all. Look, we got 200 people in the building. I appreciate you all. Hit the like button, please, and subscribe to the channel if you're yet to do so. Every single one of you, please hit the like button and subscribe. And as always, man, I appreciate you guys being here. And thank you guys so much for showing us so much love and support. First of all, I'm going to apologize to Callum publicly, because obviously me putting him on the thumbnail is a bad look. Big up to FK, actually, who messaged me about this. She's here in the chat. Big up to you, FK. And she gave me an explanation. Like, obviously, like, Callum is not the clowns of YouTube, obviously, but you know, it's basically bad visuals because he's on the thumbnail and the title says that. So obviously, it's like, you know, people will infer that. I'm gonna make this very clear. Myself and Kopish have an incredible relationship, and no one's gonna ruin that. Not a Mo debate or a Virgil debate or a Mane debate or anything like that. I spoke to Callum today. We had a bit of a back and forth, but it will never ever get to the stage where, like, you know, we stop working with each other or whatever. But I'll be honest with you. I think when it comes to like people in the chat and when it comes to like this whole conversation, I would say probably over the last month on Liverpool YouTube, I'll be honest with you guys, I think it's just been to the level where it's just like building up for me and building up for me and building up for me. And it gets to the stage where I almost like just have to defend myself publicly because of everything that people say and stuff like this. And the truth of the matter, like yesterday's stream was just an incredible level of gaslighting. I actually have my notes ready with timestamps and everything that happened on the stream. You know, because look, this is not just to ends, because I know he's live streaming it. I didn't realize you can live stream a reaction. But, you know, to anyone who wants to like react and stuff like this, look, when you do reactions, you have to be fair, you know, and I'm talking about the other guy a lot more than ends here. The other guy, you know, clips up an hour and 30-minute video into 30-second increments where he makes you look like the bad guy. Now, the problem is, at the end of the day, you know, like, how can I say this? A lie told 1,000 times becomes the truth. all you guys need to hear is just like Husam's biased, Husam's biased, Husam's biased, Husam's biased, Husam's biased 1,000 times, and it just becomes a thing on YouTube, and just becomes something that's repetitive over and over and over and over again. And to be honest with you, like that's why, like I'm gonna just go ahead and say it, like that's why for me I had to do the stream. Today's stream was very important to me because I think the chats and the comment section has been disgusting towards me. I'm just go ahead and say it. You know, every time I come out and say anything about Mo, immediately I'm accused of being biased or because he's Arab. Yesterday, people said I'm anti-black. You know, people said I'm racist. You know, I'm defending Muslims. One guy said, "Oh, he defends Muslims. He's practicing taqiyya." Mane is Muslim, dumbass. You know, so it's just becoming to the stage where it's just like the same shit over and over and over and over again. And I feel like, you know, whoever's watching this right now, I really just want you to watch this video with an open mind. You just have to watch this video, and regardless what you think of me, you can think of me anything you want. You know, at the end of the day, I've got 71,000 subscribers, alhamdulillah. I'm just Husam from Jordan. I don't even have access to Anfield or anything. And I'm here doing content with 71,000 people who decided to subscribe to my channel. And that's something I'll forever be grateful for. And I wouldn't trade you guys for the world. Like, I would never trade you guys for the world, because this community for me is just an unbelievable community. And it would just be like, it would just be like against everything that I stand for if I just don't speak up for myself and defend myself from all the accusations of bias and racism and all this stupid shit that I've been accused to on YouTube. I've actually have a whole breakdown of that stream and everything that happened, like moment by moment, because the whole situation happened from essentially me being gaslit. I'll explain to you what you mean. I'll explain to you what I mean, sorry. What I mean is, I went back and I watched that whole stream. Because if you want to do a reaction to something, you have to watch the whole stream. You have to be able to give an unbiased opinion. You have to be able to listen to both sides. I saw the moments where I interrupted. I saw the moments where like I didn't listen to Callum or I didn't listen to Matt or blah, blah, blah. But I went back and I watched it. And I knew I was being gaslit. I'll tell you why. For the first 30 minutes of the stream, and I'm literally going to open new tab now and play it for you guys, because I have all the timestamps of when everything started, yeah? For the first 30 minutes of the stream, and even when I was asked, you know, about, you know, the whole Mo thing, when I first spoke, I didn't even bring up a single other player. And I'm actually going to shout out Promo here. Promo has been calling me out in different chats on YouTube. And it's okay. Like, people are allowed to call me out, you know? Because obviously, like, there's this notion that like we block people that disagree here because people just say it online. No, I don't block people who disagree with me. If you think that putting Mo below Virgil is bad, I work with Ahmed on Ahwa. He just called him the Egyptian Andros Townsend. I work with Carefree Lewis. He called him the River Nile Pedro Neto. So this is not the community. This is not the community where it's, you know, we block people who disagree. Like, there's people in this chat who have been cussing me for the last 2 years, like non-stop, on every single stream, essentially. And they're still here, you know? So we don't just block people who disagree or ban people who disagree. We ban people who are either racist or insult someone on the panel or insult someone in the chat or say your mom this or your mom that. I don't even ban people for fake scores. Like, I literally give them 24-hour timeouts for fake scores. I don't even ban people for fake scores. So that alone for me is like, is just like, I'm not someone who bans people quickly. And the mods in this chat, they know. Like, yeah, exactly. Live proof right here. Somehow I'm still not blocked. This season, how many times has Chills called me out? So many people have called me out in this chat. This guy, for the last 9 minutes, have spammed "you're biased" 10 minutes in a row. I didn't block him or ban him. We never ban people who disagree with us because this is not North Korea, you know, contrary to popular belief. If I ban someone, it's because he made a racist insult or he said something disrespectful or he said something like that. I'd never ban people. As a matter of fact, on this channel, 71,000 subscribers. We don't even have memberships. You can have access to me easily. It's the Snapchat is literally right here. I speak to people like from this community on a daily basis, you know, so you don't have to pay £5 a month to be my friend, you know, so Yeah, exactly. He calls me out all the time, Tabang. Like people know on watch alongs and everything. So this whole notion that, you know, I just ban people who disagree with me, or you know, I don't welcome disagreement. Husam X Tom started off of disagreements anyway. The whole point of the Husam X Tom, which is the first like Liverpool show I did, was based off disagreements because me and Tom disagreed all the time. I never work with people who just agree with me. Yesterday, Jamie Phillips said he thinks Virgil's been our best player over the last 6 years. It's not like, oh, Jamie Phillips is not invited on the channel anymore. He said Virgil's better. Bro, we don't do this shit. Anyway, this is why I'm frustrated with these conversations regarding Liverpool Football Club. Yesterday's stream, in my opinion, I'm going to play it now after I just give this introduction. Yesterday's stream, in my opinion, was a stream to just celebrate Mo's career. Where it's like, okay, Mo announces he's going to leave at the end of the season. We're just going to do like Mo prop or whatever, like thank you for everything. And, you know, it's the right time for him to leave and yada, 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 yada. And it turned into something that it shouldn't have been. But I went back and I watched the stream, and I'll be honest with you, it really wasn't on me. I did not cause it to go down that whole road. And if I start with the comment section, like some of the comments on that video are insane. It's honestly mad. Like, you know, with people accusing me, and these are the true clowns of YouTube. The clowns of YouTube are the ones that, you know, make everything about race. Imagine I go to Tom Little, oh, the reason why you rate Andy Robertson is because you're both white. What kind of dumb shit is this? Everyone knows I rate McAllister. What is his name? Ahmed McAllister, and I didn't realize. Like, where is McAllister from in the Arab world? Where is he from in the Muslim world? You know, everyone knows I rate Allison. I rate so many players at Liverpool. I rate Frimpong. He's Dutch. Apparently, I'm racist to Dutch people because I think Gakpo's shit. Gakpo's shit, get over it. You know, so there's so much stuff that I've spoken about on YouTube, and it just gets to the stage where it's just like every single stream is getting to the stage where it's just toxic, and it's very irritating. And it's irritating because people, instead of you having like an actual debate and listening to the stuff I say, like I give you an example, yeah? And I know Enz is watching this right now. He does this, by the way, and he knows he does this. He'll listen to like 5 things I say, and he'll latch on to one of them, and he'll make it the basis of the argument. Like when I say he stayed longer becomes the thing. But we ignore the part where I speak about the impact, and I speak about who mattered more, and who did this, and who did that. Like everything, like when I break down something, we just like ignore everything and we focus on that one thing that I can make it an argument. If we're talking about who stayed longer, you know who else has been in the squad with the other 3? Andy Robertson. I'll never claim that Andy Robertson is on the same tier list just because he won an extra Premier League. Mane is above Robertson in the Liverpool tier list. It's the truth. Mane is above him. Just because Robertson stayed 1 more year and won 1 more league title doesn't mean he's not there. Guess what, by the way? Steven Gerrard didn't win a league title. Like he's literally tier 1 when it comes to like Liverpool players. So it's not just about trophies. It's not just about this. We're talking about impact. We're talking about legacy. So when I say like, okay, Mo was the most important player last year, I don't even need to explain anything. I just have to show this. I'm done. Not only did you score the most goals, you also had the most assists. You also had the most big chances created. You won the Premier League PFA Player of the Season, record time 3-time winner of the award voted by your players. This is like, I don't even need to do anything. If you're talking about Mo this season, it's completely different to Mo and last year. When we're talking about last year, the guy that had the biggest impact is Mo. And he had, and I think someone sent it to me today. I think it was like 42. I think it was like 42 points Mo was responsible for, or something like this. Now, before, of course, now, like, you know, people always take it to the extreme and go like, oh, did he save every goal? Okay, Jersey Dudek saved the Shevchenko thing. We still say Salah carried us. I've always said Salah carried the attack. But when it comes to like last season, I think Mo is probably 70%, like something like that, of the reason why we won the league, because he almost carried our whole attack. And when it comes to like, I played the Have Hope video yesterday. He spoke about like the best attackers in the Premier League era and Premier League history. Ronaldo had a supporting cast of Berbatov, Luis Saha, Rooney. You know, he played with great players. Thierry Henry had Dennis Bergkamp, had Ljungberg, had Perez, had so many people with him. This is a Chelsea fan who uploaded this, you know, and he's actually known online for not even being someone that rates Mo that highly. And he said Mo actually did it last year with a supporting cast of, with all due respect, Diaz, Gakpo, Nunes, and RIP Jota. And we all love Jota, but he was injured for a period of time last season. And he's an absolutely incredible player. And for me, yesterday's stream, became a different type of stream because of like, you know, this whole thing. And it's been building up. It's been building up really, from the Mo Virgil debate to the Mo Mane debate. It's like we just have to shove, like we can't even just like one stream just go like, yeah guys, okay, Mo's leaving at the end of the season, he's great, he's elite, he's done great stuff. We just have to like bring up every single player that played for Liverpool Football Club. And by the way, I went and I watched Jamie Carragher as well, because before I even play something, let me just play Jamie Carragher. Why are people upset with Jamie's list? This is important for later, yeah? So just watch this. Big up to Husam, who actually uploaded this on YouTube. So Jamie Carragher puts out a list, and he puts Mo 6th. And everyone's like, why are people upset at Jamie? Okay, let me show you why people are upset at Jamie. Here you go.
I said he's in the top 5 players to ever play for Liverpool. I think if he takes Liverpool to a league title and he ends up with the Premier League, PFA Premier League Player of the Season, which if he wins it, will be the 3rd time he's won it, which has never happened before. No one's ever won that 3 times. If he does that, he's not in the top 5. He's basically fighting with Kenny Dalglish and Steven Gerrard. It's a fight to see who is Liverpool's probably greatest ever player. If he can add that to what he's already done at Liverpool, he's sort of
I don't even need to play the whole clip. Yeah, just listen to this part where he says, yeah, just listen to this.
Fighting with Kenny Dalglish and Steven Gerrard. It's a fight to see who is Liverpool's probably greatest ever player. If he can add that to what he's already
That's
done
why
at
people are upset at Carragher for putting him 6th. He did exactly what Carragher asked him to do. He played amazing. He won the PFA Player of the Season. And, you know, he was the top goal scorer in the league, most big chances created in the league, most assists in the league, and he still put him 6th. That's why people are having a go at Mo, having a go at Carragher, sorry. So you're in a position where it's just like, you know, you're sad there going like, this is like probably one of our best ever players we've seen like in our lifetime at Liverpool Football Club. Like I said, even when I brought it up on the Kopish stream, I'm going to play it now. Even when I brought it up on the Kopish stream, I said Mo, Virgil, and Stevie is 1A, 1B, 1C. But all that was missed. Everything that I said when I gave footballing reasons was missed. Because people follow trends on YouTube. Welcome to YouTube. You know, if I wanted to, I swear, wallahi, I'll go build a RICO case on some of these people with some of the horse shit that they've said. You know, it's the truth. A lot of people on this platform speak shit. You know, like the other guy that I mentioned earlier on in the stream. Like, he just goes as the wind blows. Whatever is popular, he'll go for it. Like, you know, calling out Lee was made popular by Catch, so it became a thing for him. Like, oh, let me go call out, let me turn on Lee now. Yeah, but you were bigging him up when he was calling me and Mo and Terry twats for 2 years. It was okay. But anyway, let me go play the Kopish stuff yesterday. Big up to my guy Mookie says, hello everyone, hit the like button and subscribe and slot out. Yeah, big up to you, Mookie, man. We all agree with this. Hey, Chills, you were there. You were there in the chats. Big up Lee. Big up, man. Big up Lee Gunner. And as soon as like he heard the diss track, he's like, oh, I'm out. It's no longer popular anymore. You know, so, you know, and then he wonders why I modded him. I modded you because you're fake, you know, and you're condescending. And you speak like you have the moral compass of YouTube. You don't have the moral compass of YouTube. What the fuck are you? Mo's in the top 3 of all time. Virgil van Dijk, top 6, 7, maybe 5. Mane is top 10, 15 somewhere. I would say 80 to 90% of proper fans agree. Mo versus Mane was done years ago. That's what I'm saying. The guy stayed 4 years later, was our best player and the best player in the whole league and us winning a league title. But I'm anti-black and I'm racist because I put Mo above Mane. What? Let's say that again, yeah? Mane left 4 years ago. But I'm crazy for putting Mo above Mane, even though he was the best player in a league-winning team and won all the awards. Okay, mate. Hey, I've stayed in my own lane as well. But, you know, maybe I got rage-baited. You know, I did get rage-baited, Tyler. It's okay. I admit it. I got rage-baited. I got rage-baited by him and by others, you know, because how can you put up the one moment that, like, you know, 20-second parts of stuff that, you know, basically proves your point. An hour and 23-minute stream, you played 30 seconds of it just to show that, like, oh, yeah, look, my point is like, oh, the way that he's been debating on YouTube. When does someone become arrogant? Someone becomes arrogant when they unmod you and they stop responding to you because you're fake. And you just, you know, go with the flow, and whatever is popular, you go for it. That's when people stop responding to you. That's when people become arrogant. Because it's funny, there's a video 2 weeks ago of him saying, I think he's a humble bloke when he was speaking about me. I was humble 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks later, I'm arrogant somehow. So it's crazy, yeah? 2 weeks ago, I was humble. I think he's a good guy. I think, Husam's a good guy. I've got nothing against him. He's a humble bloke. And then 2 weeks later, I became arrogant. Wow. Pretends to be shocked. Oh, yeah, exactly, Fonzie. Here comes 25 videos. And he's going to put up like these little 10-second things instead of actually explaining. Like with Ends. Ends actually watches the whole thing. And he'll never back me in an argument. Like, he'll say, like, I'll let Husam land. You let me land on what? Mo stayed 4 years later and had 4 years more of impact. You let me land. There's nothing to let me land. It's a very obvious point. Just like Virgil did, just like Allison did. And they had impact. Not Robertson, not Joe Gomez. Like, Ends won't back me on anything. He'll always go like, oh, I think this and I think that. And he'll state his opinion. And that's okay. Everyone can feel free to disagree with me on a footballing reason, on footballing stuff. He'll never back me in an argument, but it's okay. I don't expect him to back me in an argument. And it's fine, because he convinced his whole community that I'm dodging him, even though I asked him to come on my show 12 times. And he said yes once out of 12 times, but I'm dodging him from May until September. I literally have screenshots on my WhatsApp of me asking someone to come on my show. If I ask you to come on my show 12 times in a period of 6 months and you say yes once, how am I dodging you? I'm not saying he's a liar. I'm not saying he wasn't actually busy. I'm just saying I did ask you. But when you ask someone to come on your channel a lot of times and they say no a lot of times, like, I'll give an example, yeah? K-Mac. K-Mac is very reliable. He's always available. He's willing to come on streams all the time, yeah? No problem. If I ask K-Mac the next 12 times and he says he's busy 11 times out of the 12, I'm just going to get used to asking more people, asking different people. That's it. I got no problem with Jerry James at all, by the way. But Jerry said, like, he's just not invested in watching Liverpool. So I'm like, okay, I respected Jerry. I've got no problem with him or whatsoever. The guy just said he just doesn't want to watch Liverpool with Arne Slot there, so he doesn't really care about it. Or I'm like, okay, cool. I have no problem with that. Big up to G. I love G. I love working with G. And the stuff that he says, regarding football and the way that he breaks down the sport, I think as well, like, he breaks it down real well and stuff. But G as well, like, he has a family. 11 p.m. is not a good time for him. I've asked him a couple of times, but he's busy. I understand. But G is not out here going like, oh, Husam's dodging me. No, I'm not dodging him at all. I don't dodge any debate on YouTube. I will debate bring Carragher himself to the stream and I'll debate him. Like, I love to debate football. I love to speak about football and I love to address this game. Whether we agree, disagree, it's always welcomed. Yesterday, I brought on Emeka. If he thinks, Ends, I know you're live streaming this right now. I didn't realize you can live stream a reaction. It's crazy. But if you think you're a Mo hater, you haven't met Emeka. Emeka is the biggest Mo hater in the planet. People who are here in my watch-alongs, put one in the chat if you have seen Emeka hate on Mo every single watch-along. He's at this, man. Put one in the chat if you recall Emeka specifically commenting as soon as Mo misplaces a pass or misplaces a cross or does one wrong thing in the game. Watch this, yeah? I'm a liar, yeah? All these guys are in my watch-along. They'll tell you. As soon as Mo does one thing, Emeka's in the chat immediately going like, talk about Mo, he's on every single Friday show. Like, I'm willing to debate anyone. I'm willing to debate anyone, anywhere, about any footballing topic. No problem. I welcome debates, bro. That's why this whole channel was called This is Football from when it started. Like I said, I say it again. Ahmed thinks that Mo is the Egyptian Andros Townsend. Carefree Lewis called him the River Nile Pedro Neto. Forget below Mo and below Virgil and below Steven Gerrard. We're talking about like ultimate disrespect. He's a shit footballer. He's crap. I work with people who say this week in, week out, and I've got no problem with it at all. I welcome disagreements. I welcome it to the umpteenth degree. Like, bro, feel free to disagree with me as much as you want. I have no issue whatsoever. Just don't lie. Just don't lie. And if you want to react, Ends, it's just my advice to you, because I know I'm giving you a lot to react to today. So, react to it, add it today, tomorrow, as much as you want. Fair use, Habibi. At least you play the whole stream, So react to it, Habibi, as much as you want. But try to be fair, when we bring up different points. And when I say like 5 things, don't just debate one of the 5 things. So the little, idiots in your comments can just act like, oh, we got him there. Because if his argument is longevity, No, but it's not just longevity. Like I mentioned, impact and the shit that you did. That's why all these like people who just insult me, I just block them all. Like, you know, it's funny seeing people like attempt to comment in my, by the way, I have screenshots as well, you know, Scraps and these others attempting to comment in my comment section. I just banned them. Why should I bring that toxicity to me, bro? Like I made, for me, what's frustrating in this debate is I make like 100 different points and people will only respond to one of them and they'll make out like that's the key of this debate. No, it's not, bro. Anyway, let me just get through these before I actually play the whole thing. Like this guy right here, yeah? He left a comment yesterday saying, I've never been to Anfield, so it's a no from me. So why are you here then? Here you go. I'm going to stop the whole stream. Let's start holding people accountable for the dumb shit that they say. This guy yesterday says, I hope that when Mo leaves, Husam leaves with him. This guy is not a real Liverpool fan. Why are you here sending me money then? Even Ends will tell you you're an idiot. Why are you here sending me money after you've insulted me yesterday? I could show you a screenshot from 2011 before Mo, even anyone knew who Mo is because no one watched Egyptian League, with my whole class surprising me on a birthday party on my 17th birthday. I'm 30, with a Liverpool shirt on the thing. Are you going to apologize? I can literally show you my surprise birthday party when I was 17 years old, where one of my classmates, she's a baker, she fully made me a Liverpool cake. And I'm talking about shit Liverpool. 13 years ago, how long ago was it? When I turned 17, it was 2012. It was my last year of uni. Oh, of school, sorry. 2012. Last year of school. Were Liverpool any good at the time? Did any Arab players play for Liverpool at the time? Did a Muslim player play for Liverpool at the time? Because apparently I support Liverpool because like a random Arab guy. In case you guys are not aware, I'm born in 1995. If I wanted to support a football club because of an Arab player, I would be a Wigan fan because of Amr Zaki, or I would be a Spurs fan because of Mido, or I could be, you know, maybe one of the fans of like any Arab player, like whoever, you know. There's another Egyptian player, I forgot his name, Husam something, who played in midfield for Tottenham Hotspur. I could have been a Spurs fan. Hell, they had 2 Egyptian players, not just one. They're Arab and they're Muslim. Imagine. So this guy insults me everywhere and cusses me out and calls me names and then comes here and he says, oh, you're stupid and you're childish. I'm stupid and I'm childish, but you're the one that's insulting me everywhere. And then you come here and send me money. If I think someone's stupid, I'm not going to send him money, am I? I'm not going to send him money. So let me show you this picture now. I'm actually going to find it and I'm actually going to show it on the screen because I'm sick of people just lying. You know, it's just the lies and it's just the total bullshit that people just bring in day in, day. I can literally show you the picture of the thing I just spoke about. Let me just try to find it for you guys. This is a picture literally from 2012, bro. I'm 30 years old. This is like my 17th surprise party, yeah? 17 years old. 17 years ago, someone put a Liverpool shirt on my birthday cake. Imagine that, yeah? Imagine that. I wish I could. I just wish I can find the picture. I'm actually gonna find it. Like I'll stop the whole stream just to prove the point. Because, by the way, for the ones who are actually surprised, like subscribe to my channel, I've mentioned so much stuff that only a true Liverpool fan would know. No one who started supporting Liverpool post Mo would know about Samad Yassel. And the question becomes as well, Mo joined Liverpool in 2017. In 2017, I was 22 years old. So for 22 years of my life, I never watched football and I just started watching at 22. Who starts watching at 22 like a whole sport? Like, you know, 22, you can't become tribal at 22. You can't just, here you go. Yeah. Watch this. It literally has the date on it as well. Yeah. Before you guys chat shit. Watch this. Yeah. Go reverse image search this everywhere and show you the date on it. Yeah. Watch this. Imagine this. My 17th birthday, bro. 13 years ago. I'm going to be 31 in May. I'm going to be 31 in May. It literally has the date on it. Yeah, watch this. What does this say? Image 2012. 17th birthday cake right here. You can tell me I don't support Liverpool? Okay, buddy. Okay. I dare you guys. Go reverse image this, search this picture anywhere you want in the whole internet. You won't find it. Anyway. Let me just get through these. I won't even read. Why should I read what you send me? If you want a refund, tell me. I'll send you £5. No problem. Don't go out there insulting me everywhere and then come here and go like, oh, this and that. Like, you insult me everywhere, bro. He says I'm a fake Liverpool fan, and he says all this. It is what it is. It's just modern ball players no longer the same, and neither are the fans. Earlier players were just lucky that the internet were not as widespread as it is today. Every anti-talent can leave a comment. Of course, bro. Like, you know, if Stevie existed in the modern era, people would be critiquing him just as much. Like, oh, I have standards and I hold him to this standard and blah, blah, blah. You know, by the way, I've said this generally about football. Like, I think nostalgia ruins a lot of conversations. Like, oh my God, Henry never had a bad game. It's a lie. Henry did have bad games. Oh my God, Cristiano never had. Bro, Messi had bad games. Ronaldo had bad games. R9 had bad games. I always say 2002 World Cup, before R9 actually scored the 2 goals, he missed 2 tap-ins like that Nunes would be proud of. Like, he missed 2 clear-cut goal-scoring opportunities, and that's R9. Imagine 2005 Istanbul happening during YouTube era. Maldini's a bottle job. Nesta's a bottle job. Oh my God, Sedorf got dunked on by Didi Haman. This would be YouTube, literally. So, you know, I think the nostalgic shit ruins a lot of the conversations when it comes to football. I will say again that Salah's name is Michael Salford. He would have 1-2 Ballon d'Ors, or he would be more accepted with everyone. Whether you like it or not, keep doing what you're doing, bro. Bro, we see it with Harry Kane. Harry Kane has won 1 Bundesliga, bro. Like, Harry Kane has 1 Bundesliga at Bayern. If I take a random guy in the chat, he could be part of the Bayern squad and win the thing. Like, let's be honest. And, you know, since Enz is watching, he can tell the people that he's live with how many screenshots I've sent him multiple times of people insulting Mo, bro, to me personally. Like, and saying so much. Let me read you a couple of comments, yeah? Let me read you a couple of comments. Very important. Very important to share to the people. When I say stuff about racism, I don't lie and I don't gaslight, yeah? I bring evidence. One guy left a comment when I did a watch-along. Change that profile to the terrorist Arab Salah fans. Yeah? That's one of the screenshots. The other screenshots. Send that ungrateful Muslim to the Scottish Premier League. Once again, without doubt, it's proven that Salah is the problem. Shaking my head just because he's Muslim. I get these comments every day. But if I say that some people hate Mo because they're racist, I'm crazy. The funny part is, they did a reaction to it, and they proved me right. Racism, I've proven it with screenshots. By the way, I can even tell you like a personal message I got from a previous subscriber who's now been banned off the channel, of course. But I can literally give you a screenshot of one, like what one guy sent. See, forget like publicly, yeah? He sent it to me personally. Like forget like commenting it or blah, blah, blah. Like he personally sent it to me. And I showed this to Enz as well. He knows it. Showed this to Enz as well. Let me try find the screenshot for you guys. I'm actually going to read it. We're building the Rico case once and for all. Because you ain't going to gaslight me like, oh my God, it's just 1 or 2 people. By the way, I get these comments every day. Someone in the Kopish chat, and this is not Kopish's fault, of course. It's the guy in the chat represents himself. One guy literally wrote, Husam is anti-black. Imagine. Just because I put Mo above Mane. Can you imagine how mad that is? Like someone felt comfortable typing that out on a keyboard. It's crazy. It's crazy. Honestly, let me actually just find the screenshot, man. Let me just find the screenshot. He personally messaged me this, yeah? Forget even saying stuff just in a comment section. He fully personally messaged me this. This was after the Frankfurt game. When was the Frankfurt game? Let me check. Liverpool 5-0 Frankfurt, or whatever, we beat Frankfurt. Let me check. This was October 22nd. Okay, let me go to around that date. We're building it up now. We're showing all evidences. And by the way, this is stuff that happens on a daily basis. Just go to my comment section. Just go to like any comment section anytime with these conversations and you see it. It's not like I'm making shit up, bro. I don't make stuff up. I don't make stuff up, man. Why can't I find the screenshot? I wish I can actually just find the screenshot and I'd literally post it. I sent it to Ends as well, so he's seen it with his own eyes. One second. Let me try. See it. I actually can't find it, but I swear, Enz will tell you. Like one guy even messaged me like personally something. But anyway, I actually just can't find it. Probably should have gotten it ready like before the stream. I apologize, but I just can't find it. But I know that I remember the exact screenshot because it was someone in my comment section, and I literally just banned them off the whole channel, man. I wish I can find it now. I wish I can find it to read to you the disgusting language that some people use against Mo. Which is true, by the way. This is a societal problem. This is not just like a footballing issue. This is a general issue in society. You know, people like that just exist in this walks of life. Khalas, I can't find it. I'm not gonna sit here and find it. Damn, bro, you really got the beef? Get the gloves? No, I'm not gonna get the gloves for anything. My mouth is enough for these debates. Salam, bro. People jealous of Mo just because of his halal six-pack. Mo is number one in my book. He's very underrated. Yeah, Mo is an elite player. Prime Gerrard and Prime Thiago with Cook City. I miss Thiago and Gerrard so much. Them don't like you, Sam, because you link with everybody. Yeah, bro, I do streams with everyone. Like, I'm happy to debate anyone, anytime, bro. Like, I'm more than happy to debate any human being, bro, about any topic, football-wise, of course. You know? I think people mistake your pride for favoritism. Any Muslim is allowed to be proud of Mo and any Muslim player's achievements, but that doesn't automatically mean favoritism. Exactly. It doesn't. Like, people in this chat have seen me literally give Mo zeros in player ratings before and stuff. Like, we're not afraid to call people out here at all. Like, I've called so many people out. Big up to you, Big Deuce. Anyway, let me just go to the stream now. Let's actually get to the bottom of this. Let me show you how a proper reaction is done. When you actually go through all the moments and you actually say it for what it is. We're going to have to do this once for all now. Anyway, this is the stream right here, okay? So as you guys can see, let me know if you guys can hear
the
light zone ain't really an option right now. Put one in the chat if you can hear it.
So God willing, you do make it over next season. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. Be good to link up.
On
You know what I'm
jokes
saying?
aside,
And
the plan is
if
next
you
season.
can as well, try not to do. Obviously, it depends on circumstances, but try if you can stay for like a week or two, if you can. Obviously, if you can.
Yeah, that's the plan. I'm gonna do a couple of podcasts and stuff as well. You know,
100,
so you guys can hear it.
Yeah, if you come
Tough
over,
plan.
we go.
Tough
If
plan.
you come
Step
over,
by
we
step.
go. Yeah,
Definitely
I want to come in a week though where I can do Anfield twice, like a Prem game and a Champs game, or a Prem game and a Carabao game, like something like this.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I
we don't
don't
even
just
need to get tickets. We got Tom. Tom will just speak to someone. You know what I mean?
Tom,
Tom
yeah,
will just,
Tom will just speak to someone at the
I can
gate.
get tickets in the cop end. That's the least of my worries, bro.
yeah,
My
Tom will
worries,
get that city. Tom will get that.
my
city.
worries is British
Yes,
visa. You know, I'm gonna get strip searched at the airport. That's the real worry.
And now, all jokes aside, how you guys doing today, man?
I'm great, alhamdulillah, great. Big up
Yeah,
to
not bad,
you
bro.
guys.
Not too bad. Not too bad. But there's an elephant in the room, though, isn't it?
Yeah, Husam, Tom, I've got to ask you guys. Obviously, Matt, I've watched your morning show. I've spoken about it. Drift's spoken about it. Tom, Husam, I mean, me and you have spoken about it yesterday on Jamie's channel, Tom. Husam, I'll ask you then. How's the feelings around this Salah stuff, man? What's your thoughts? I know you said you wanted him to be moved on at the end of the season, but not in a sense of you don't like him or you think he's crap. You just didn't think it would be the smart thing to keep him. What's your mind frame on this whole situation? Because I'm not a fan of how the news has been broken in the time it's come out.
Madueke is better than him. Why are you annoyed?
Don't do that.
He's worse than Madueke,
No.
I said Madueke is having a better season. Big difference.
One day before he made his announcement, Callum told us on YouTube that
Are you saying that I
Anyway,
pushed him over the edge?
when I get asked this question for the next 6 minutes, I just spoke about Mo. I didn't bring up anyone else. Like, I don't even. You guys can literally go watch it. I just spoke
Yeah,
about
one
Mo.
day,
I
you
didn't
know,
bring up
one
anyone
day,
else.
chat.
I didn't mention anyone else. I
One
just
day.
like doing Mo.
1A, just out of interest.
1A is Mo for me, and I look at it this way. Look, this season, Stevie had the carry job in Istanbul. This was the time where
Which
they were
I
just,
understand,
like in the
taking the
heat of
piss
the
out
moment,
of,
people will be mad
they're
and
just
stuff.
taking the
But if
piss out of
Lineker put out a video,
Agreed.
look at Susu's comment. Bless Husam, bare serious, and everyone just running like wanking jokes. This was the chat. The chat was just taking the piss out of the whole, you know, Tom situation, essentially. Shout out to LB. Now let's just
United
let's
fans,
just
Arsenal fans.
I spoke about Mo without bringing up a single other player, without bringing up like whatever, like, oh, I didn't bring anyone down or insult anything or say anything like blah blah. I was literally just talking about like Mo and how great he is and what's he done and blah 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 blah. You know, I just answered the question. Now this is where it starts, yeah? I have the timestamps as well. This is Callum's first complaint. Shout out to Callum as well. We have to clarify. Me and Callum are completely fine. I have no issue with Callum whatsoever. This is where Callum starts, yeah? Callum over here says that he has a problem with the timing of the announcement.
I love Mo, and this is obviously synchronized between him and the club.
Yeah.
But what benefit is there to announcing this now? We're probably going to crash out the FA Cup.
This is
Probably
a
going to
normal
crash out the Champions League,
Yeah.
and there's no
Nothing
guarantees
mad
we're going
is
to get
gonna
top 5. What on earth is the reason for now? Then on top of that, compounding that by going, oh, you're going to be losing your best player since Steven Gerrard as well.
Because really and truly, Carl, if you believe what you've been saying all season, this shouldn't have made any difference because nothing was ever going to change anyway.
No, but it still doesn't need to be announced, though.
Here, I just say I think it might
No,
be
but the reason why I don't think it matters, in my opinion, is
everyone kinda
because
just
the same
back
thing happened
home
with Klopp.
and
That's a
winning
bit
and
different because
Every game's now going to be the Salah show.
no, I don't think it will be.
Oh, you're upset. Every game's gonna be the Salah show. Oh,
No, I don't think it will be. Plus, I think
It's impossible for it to be.
No, but you know
I'll
what
be
it is as
honest.
well, Carl?
Because the manager is a presence on the touchline that's
By
leaving.
the way, you're
I
acting
think
like
with a player, it's different.
I'm not crashing out on Salah by saying it's going to be
Yeah.
a Salah.
Yeah.
And he
When
explains
Trent
he's
announced-
not crashing out. So this is just a normal conversation. But this is the first thing when it comes to the announcement. Now we just go ahead and speak about the announcement.
No, you're
the
right.
only
And then-
effect-
exactly. And
relevant-
look at the effect.
I till this second have not mentioned a single other player. I didn't bring up Mane. I didn't bring up anyone. Yeah, watch this. This is the first mention of Sadio Mane on the stream. I'm tearing him down. Yeah, watch this. I even have the timestamp for it. I'm just gonna go ahead and go there. Yeah, here we go.
Yes, legacy. Do I need to say legacy
Here,
every single
for
time?
the last
The greatest
4
legacy.
minutes,
The greatest
Tom is doing
legacy.
more
Steven Gerrard has more ability than Mohamed Salah. Steven Gerrard is a better footballer than Mohamed Salah. Steven Gerrard has the bigger moments for Liverpool than Mohamed Salah. But Mohamed Salah
Stevie G is the most complete Premier League midfielder in history. Forget just Liverpool, just Premier League generally.
But
no one can talk to Stevie, by the way, when it comes to ability. Not even Yaya Toure.
Do you know what, also, I know you guys don't mean it, but we've got to stop doing the whole who's better. I think it's a personal thing. I don't think it should be.
By the way,
this is what it is.
3 minutes into the stream, and this goes to Red Line of Teranga as well. 23 minutes into the stream, I didn't bring up Mane. I didn't bring up any other comparison. I was just speaking about Mo for the most part. The only time I brought up others is when I'm talking about the rankings, the 1A, the 1B, the 1C. But I didn't say anything disrespectful about anyone. Matt now proceeds to mention Sadio Mane. I didn't bring him up.
I feel like it should be personal to that person because we're all going to have like different variations and X, Y, Z. The reason I say that is because
Gerrard is a better footballer than Salah. I don't think anyone can really argue.
No. You're not wrong in saying that at all. You're not. What I'm saying is when it comes to like Mount Rushmore, I just think it comes down to the individual. You know what I'm going to say? And I know people won't like what I'm about to say. Jamie Carragher gave his list, yeah? But you know something? I don't care because that's his list. That's not my list. What? Because Carragher's played for Liverpool and he's a part of it, that makes his list better than mine. Well, it doesn't work like that because he's still a human being, if I'm not mistaken. Do you know what I'm saying? We still breathe the same air. Like, he's not some... So all I'm saying is, everyone should be allowed to have their list, and I do think we do this whole thing because we used to do it with Mane and Salah.
Here
Who's better, bro? If you think
first mention of him, 25 minutes into the stream, I didn't bring up a single word about Sadio Mane. If I wanted to tear him down, I could have mentioned it from the start.
Mane's better. If you think Mane's better, if you think Salah's better, Salah's better. And I feel like sometimes we try and...
Okay, now let me ask you a question. Matt just says, and it's his opinion, it's fine, but he says, if you think Mane is better, that's fine. If you think Salah is better, it's fine. Why didn't I take that as them tearing Salah down? We can both play this game because I'm tearing Mane down. I could have easily went like, yeah, why are you tearing Mo down? This is Mo's special moment. Promo actually said this in the chat. I actually can't, I don't remember the exact moment Promo said it, but Promo said it in his chat. He said, let's just celebrate Mo's career. I didn't bring up Mane. I didn't say a single word about Mane. He mentioned Mane. And it's fine, it's up to him. But I'm also allowed to have a certain reaction given the reasons that I will state. Anyway, let's just play the stuff that he says about Mane.
Force it on people like, no, it's him. Do you know what I mean? That's just my take on it anyway.
But
so I don't
that's
care
the
if you put
advantage
Mo
of-
first or
that's the
Gerrard
advantage
first.
of Mount
That's not
Rushmore,
my-
though, isn't it, Matt? That's the advantage of having these Mount Rushmores because there's
100%, bro. We've got quality players,
so
bro.
you can put both of them there. They are 1A and 1B for Liverpool's Premier League era. There's no one else who sits on the same level as what Mohamed Salah and Steven Gerrard have done in our Premier
And you got
League
the
era.
king as well. Don't, because I know people want. Here's another thing
When
as
you
well.
say that to
I
me-
won't like this.
Sorry, why is Virgil
King
and
Kenny.
Alisson? Virgil and Alisson have to be in that conversation with Salah as well.
Here you go. 25 minutes into the stream, I wasn't even the one that brings up other players to tear players down. So now let's just address the facts, yeah? We're there to talk about Mo's career and what he's accomplished at Liverpool Football Club. If someone brings up another player and I give my reasons as to why I think Mo's above him, it's not my fault that the conversation went down that route. Because I didn't bring up the other players. I didn't mention the other players. I didn't say anything about anyone else. I was talking about Mo. I was talking about what Mo's done at Liverpool Football Club. So Matt brought up Mane, not me. And Callum brought up Alisson and Van Dijk. I'm not discussing their football opinion. I'm just saying I wasn't the one that brought up other players and compared him to other players. It wasn't me who brought it up on the stream. I didn't mention it. So now, as a normal person on a football stream, I'm sat there saying Mo this, Mo that, blah, blah, blah. Someone else brings up other players, automatically it's going to become a debate. Like imagine, I don't know if Catch is still in the chat or not. Imagine myself and Catch were doing an Arsenal legacy debate. And he was sat there doing Henry prop for like whatever, 20 minutes and we were having an Henry conversation. And I suddenly go like, yeah, but listen, Vieira belongs on the table. It's normal for Catch to go ahead and debate this. Because he wasn't the one that brought it up. I was the one that brought it up. So now we're going to debate this whole conversation. And I bring up multiple different like things about this whole thing. But anyway, here you go. Listen to it.
Sorry. They have to be.
What, Mount Rushmore?
No, but everything. They
Yeah.
They
No,
have
you're
to be in
right.
that conversation.
But,
They have to be.
bro,
Virgil
all right, Cal, let
changed
me
the
ask you
club.
this quick question. You always put Gerrard at the top, yeah?
Virgil
But there's even
Alisson
an
changed the
argument.
club. We have, remember,
There's an argument.
again,
What
no
about
disrespect
Kenny?
to Mo. We still finished fourth when we signed Virgil halfway through the season and didn't have Alisson. Virgil and Alisson have to be in that conversation. They
100%. Virgil's definitely in there. 100%.
have to be.
Yeah,
I don't even
Because
have
they're
a
not
negative
attackers,
reaction
because they're
or
not
anything.
attackers,
Yeah?
or they don't
My
get
mic is
goals,
muted.
people will be like,
Bro, Virgil's an icon. He goes in every Salah.
has to
They
be,
did this-
has to be in it.
I love Van Dijk, but I'm not putting him on the same pedestal. He's just below what Salah and Gerrard
They're
are.
right next to
for
each
me.
other. Because without both
I-
of them,
I-
we ain't winning anything.
Here you go.
Without both, we're not winning anything.
Virgil's
take Salah out,
arguably
You
Tom's
take
the
Salah
one
out, we don't
arguing.
win anything. You take Virgil out, we're not
Mhm.
winning anything.
Yeah.
They're on par. They have to be.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They have to be.
But again, we're talking about the impact. So for me, when I look at Salah, it's something more, deep with Salah in terms of all my life, outside of Steven Gerrard, who was born and bred a Scouser, all I've known for Liverpool is Liverpool buy good players, and then 3 years later they're gone.
I don't even remember
because
when
they see us as a
unmuted
stepping
my
stone.
mic here.
What a step in the path of their football career. Mohamed Salah was the first superstar because he became one in his first season. He was the first superstar to see Liverpool as a destination. He saw Liverpool as the pinnacle, the peak, the destination of his football career. And
I'll
that
say
to me
Virgil
carries
is
a lot of
definitely-
weight.
Virgil has to go there as well, though.
Yeah, Virgil did as well.
I haven't even
But
said
Salah was
anything.
the
Notice
first
my
because
mic is
Salah
on
had the
mute.
first season. Salah's first season
My
was
mic is
17,
on
18.
mute.
Virgil came in halfway through that
Thank you,
year.
facts.
Virgil really took the step to be
6 months before, but I get the premise though.
no, but even in 17, 18,
Yeah.
Van Dijk was good when he came in, obviously, because we improved and got to the
Good.
Champions League final. Yes.
Brother, I would forgetting.
Tom Little just said not to throw Tom under the bus. But Tom, this is when Sean lost it in the chat. Tom Little just said Virgil van Dijk was good. Imagine, yeah? Tom Little said that. I didn't even say anything bad about Virgil van Dijk the whole stream, bro. I didn't. Tom Little just called Virgil van Dijk good. I'm being gaslit to a crazy extent on this platform where they're making out I'm the problem for this whole debate. When how much we are into this video? 27 minutes into this video, I haven't mentioned a single other player. I didn't say anything bad about any Liverpool legend. I didn't tear down a single player. I didn't say shit. I said absolutely nothing in 27 minutes. I didn't say a single thing about anyone else till this moment. Yeah, watch this. This will now, these next 3 minutes of the stream will prove my point even more when it comes to this.
Do you know I've got to stop doing? You're not wrong. No, Carl, I'm gonna let him land. You're not wrong in what you're doing. I've got to stop. Because this is about Salah, but I'm just trying to make sure because this is about Salah, right?
I'm saying that Van Dijk took
gets disrespect as well. But I hear what you're saying. Let me not.
I'm not trying to disrespect Van Dijk, but I'm saying Van Dijk took the step to being the superstar in 18-19 when he got the recognition for it. Mohamed, it's easier for a striker or an attacker to take the step because what they're doing is more obvious. Salah took the step the moment he got in 17-18, put together 60 goals and assists in the season, dragged the team to a Champions League final with some of the best performances you've seen in the Champions League knockouts, broke the Premier League goal-scoring record in the first season, bang, 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 became a superstar that first season. That summer, signed a long-term deal. Yeah? That would never have happened in the past. That wasn't what they did at us. What happened at us was they had that season, and then Barca rang up, and then Real rang up, and a transfer request was submitted, and they either went that summer or the one after.
Sorry for making you guys listen to Tom.
Salah committed his long-term future and saw this is the pinnacle of where he wanted to be. And because he was the first to do that, I know Mane signed just after him, but it was the jump Salah took that year. That resonates a little bit more with me. In the same way that all these debates are going to be about emotions, Salah was the first superstar I saw who told Liverpool, you're the club for me. You're my destination. You're my pinnacle.
Could you ask Mane goes in there, but just that he's...
Again, let's listen. This is a very important part. Let's listen to what Matt says here, yeah? Let's listen. Very important, because I'm the one that wanted to tear down... So now, let me ask you a question. If we're speaking about Mo's legacy, and we're bringing up a player from 4 years ago, why are we not saying that Mo is being torn down as well? Is it just because I said, oh my God, he played like Rashford for 6 months? Oh, how dare I say something so insulting? Oh my God. Oh my God.
You're the club for me. You're my destination. You're my pinnacle.
Could you ask Mane goes in there, but just that his legacy isn't as longer?
So Mane
is not even in the conversation with Virgil and Alisson to begin with.
Mane signed after Salah in that summer.
He left. Here you go. This is Promo's comment, by the way, just to prove to you, I never lie. When I bring up stuff, even the screenshots I sent to ends and everything, and like everything I've said from the beginning of this debate, like from 2 months ago till this day, this been building up for me. Like I didn't even want to mention Nick. I didn't even want to mention anyone else. I said 2026 will be the year without drama, yeah? But it's just getting to the stage where I almost like have to defend myself. It's getting to the stage where it's just ridiculous because I'm just being accused of shit fucking every stream and it's irritating me. Promo, he don't even agree with me. What's the comment he says? Let's give Salah his flowers. Let's not bring up Virgil van Dijk. Promo says this. Promo don't even agree with me. He don't even agree with my point on Mo to begin with. But even he realizes, okay, can we just talk about Mo here? Like the guy's leaving at the end of the season. Why are we bringing up Mane? Did I bring up Mane? Did I ask the Mane question? Did I say anything about Sadio Mane? No. If you're on a football stream and someone brings up a player that you completely disagree with him even belonging in the same table, why isn't that looked at as bringing Mo down as an example? Let's be objective about this. Let's actually be objective. Let's address the shit for what it truly is. let's address the reality of this whole situation. I can easily say Matt is staring Salah down. He's bringing up Mane. We can both do this. Am I lying, chat? I can easily do that. Why are we tearing Mo down? Why are we tearing Mo down? Why are we bringing up a player that left 4 years ago? Why are we bringing a player that left Liverpool Football Club 4 years ago and has been playing in the Saudi League? We're tearing down Mo because we're not considering last season's league title. We can all do this, bro. We can all do this. He left
No,
like
Mane's signed before Salah.
No, in a contract.
No, I mean the contract. The contract.
In this,
Oh,
in the
sorry,
Liverpool
sorry, my bad,
conversation,
my bad.
he ain't.
But I'm also
He's not-
saying that Mane
Legacy-wise, he's definitely in the tier below,
that
man.
year.
100. Here, legacy-wise,
if you
he's
go through
definitely in the
17,
tier
18,
below. That's what I said.
and you go through the play. Mohamed Salah took the jump to superstar level that summer, that season. He was great. Bobby Firmino was probably better than Mane that season in terms of impact. I think it was his best season output wise, and it was a season.
Ends, by the way, I'll give an example. See? She's insulted me everywhere. She's called me names in other chats. She's telling me get a life. This one I'll ban. You see, this is who we ban in this chat. People who are disrespectful. We don't ban people for disagreeing. Anyway.
Season where Bobby Firmino really sort of
Oh,
made
17,
that false
18
nine
season.
roll his own.
Yeah.
Mane was
What
good
about
that
the
year,
season
but he was
before? What about the season before that, though, Tom?
I'm
16,
quiet
17,
even.
Mane was great that year.
Tom's
I don't
the
really
one
think
fight.
you can be a superstar if all you're playing is Premier League football. I don't think that was the jump for superstar. I'm talking about Salah was in the argument for Ballon d'Or that year. If Liverpool had won the Champions League and his shoulder hadn't went in the final and Liverpool won the Champions League,
You know,
we're talking
Mane
about a
came.
top 3 finish in the Ballon d'Or.
Bro, Mane got top 3 finish in Ballon d'Or, you know.
Yeah, but that was years later. I'm talking about
Yeah, there
the,
was
the
years
first
there.
jump to
And Virgil's
superstar.
the closest to ever win it. Only 6.5.
100%.
Lionel-
Okay, so why is Matt bringing up Ballon d'Or like finishes, not him tearing down Mo? Me just saying one statement about like Mane played like Rashford for 4 months. He did. Like everyone's insulting Mo this season. Let's not forget Callum compared him to Madueke. And it's okay. It's fine. He's been shit this year. We all acknowledge that, including me. But why is that not tearing Mo down? Oh, Virgil and Mane finished second in the Ballon d'Or. Okay. What does that have to do with Mo leaving in the summer? You see how I can do the same thing? I can do the same thing that anyone in the chat who's gaslighting as to everything's my fault and I'm the one that started this conversation and I love to tear down one legend against the other. Like, who's tearing down anyone? I didn't even bring up anything. We are literally 31 minutes into this Kopish stream and I haven't said a single word. You know? People just don't know how debates work on YouTube. If you have a certain standard or a certain way of looking at football, and this is another thing that fake Nick doesn't get. When you have a certain way of looking at football, you're going to be held to those words. Like when it comes to the Mo Virgil debate, right? They are both elite players and I have a certain thing and a certain way of looking at Mo and I have a certain way of looking at Virgil van Dijk and blah, 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 right? Okay. So now when I hold Virgil to the same standard that you guys hold Mo to, I'm the bad guy. But why? Virgil van Dijk cost us almost 3 goals away at Bournemouth. Virgil van Dijk fell asleep at the back post against Brighton and we conceded the goal. Virgil van Dijk, it's the truth. All these things happened. But according to, Virgil's standards and blah, blah, blah. Why is he arguing using what other people say? Yeah, because I'm holding them to the words that they say. I know it's popular, Nick. You have to do it. I know you're on the other stream. It's okay. Go over there. You might turn on him as well when it becomes popular to turn on him. I get it. It's okay. You were okay with Lee insulting me for 2 years. You were in his chat going like, big up Lee, big up. But one diss track and all of a sudden, oh, it's cool to call out Lee now, so let me turn. Fakest person on this whole platform, honestly. And then he called me humble 2 weeks ago. And 2 weeks later, I became arrogant because of my sub count. So the 300 subscribers that I grew in the last 2 weeks made me arrogant, apparently. Yeah. by far, the fakest person on the whole platform, honestly. By far, bro. I've never seen someone as fake as him my whole life. Just doing basically what's trendy on YouTube. Like, oh, it's trendy to call out Lee. Oh yeah, let me call out
Which
Lee.
is why Virgil's there.
You didn't call him out for 2 years.
Right
He
at
was
the top
calling
there.
me
But for me,
Twat
when it comes to this debate, it's about emotion.
and calling Mo.
Salah was the first one
who
made
I hear it, I hear it.
first superstar who went, this
And
is
it's
my
about
own.
accomplishments
And that meant
as
a lot.
well.
And
You
he'll
know,
never, he'll never be held
it's all good and well talking about Ballon d'Or stuff, but a lot of that as well has to do with international football and stuff like this. That Senegal all-timer team beat that Egyptian team on penalties in the end, and that's why Mane finished second. Had Mo just won a penalty shootout, he'd have finished second or first that season. We know what Mo was doing in the first 6 months of the year when Mane was impersonating Rashford down the left-hand side.
One thing I would say though.
Well,
Hassan, one thing
that's
say
all
this
I
about
said.
Virgil.
By the way, this whole thing could have just been a throwaway comment. He was impersonating Rashford for 6 months. Okay. Do you guys like, is it really that insulting? Like, is it really that like how many times, bro, we've said Virgil van Dijk aura defends and defends with his perfume. We've said Mo is a shin kicker. We've said Alexis McAllister turns like a truck. We've said Gravenberch can't pass. This one Rashford comment proceeds to start a whole hour debate for no reason whatsoever when they themselves agree that he was a tier below Mo. So what's the point then? What are we arguing about? You yourself put Mane below Mo. So we just spent, we sent like a whole hour of debate just because he said he was doing an impersonation of Rashford. But he was down the left-hand side. We didn't just buy Diaz because Spurs wanted him. That's a false notion. Because here's the thing, yeah? Let's just speak football here. Forget all this YouTube stuff, yeah? Let's just speak football. And I promise you guys, after today, whatever End says or whatever Nick says, I'm not going to respond after this because this is really not my style. Tabang is right. Tabang messaged me for this and other people as well. This is not my style. I don't like to say people's names. I don't like to fight on YouTube. I'm really, when you deep it, like honestly, one of the most peaceful people on YouTube. Since the Grizz thing, I haven't called out a single person publicly. When Lee called me out 2 years in a row, I went on his channel. And even he then praised me and went like, yo, you actually came and blah, blah, blah. And we had a whole debate with Lee and everything. Like, Lee was insulting me and I went on his channel and I had a whole conversation with him. I'm a very peaceful guy. Like, I don't want to insult people. I don't want to say anything. I just want to do content and go on with my business. That's it. I just want to do content, go meet with my family. Like, I just don't want to do this YouTube drama shit because it's just not my style at all. I really don't want to be dramatic whatsoever. I have zero interest in drama. I just want to come here, go live, talk football, end stream, and go sit with my family and have a great time. And that's it. I don't want to do this dramatic shit. So no matter what they respond after this, I'm not going to say anything because now, khalas, I've proven my point. I've said what I want to say. You know, if I'm humble 2 weeks ago, but arrogant 2 weeks later, 300 subscribers did not make me arrogant. You know, unmodding him made me arrogant, and me saying stuff football-wise he doesn't agree with made me arrogant, and me having a certain arguing style made me arrogant. Yeah, but that's been my arguing style for the last 4 years. When Tom says something, I hold it against him in a debate. That's called debating on YouTube. You know, like if I say, yo, this is my metric, and someone says, okay, Husam, but using your metric, 1, 2, and 3, that's just the style of debate. Like me and Terry have had this conversation 100 times with individual awards. I always say, I don't care about league titles. How many league titles have Scholes won? I don't care. He was never recognized publicly. If Terry wants to hold me to that standard and goes like, okay, but as an example, this guy has more individual awards than the other guy. Does that mean he's more important? Yeah, I'm willing to have that debate because that's my opinion. Because that's what I said previously. So if I say that everything this guy does is bad because he's a world-class player who's elite and we hold him to that standard, okay, I'm going to hold the center back that finished second in the Ballon d'Or ceremony to that standard as well. So now let's play this game. That's all I'm saying. But people are upset. People are upset because it's their favorite player. That's it. That's it. But me, I'm not upset. I've called Salah washed, bro. I've said get him out of this club for the last 3 months. All I've ever said is just get me a good replacement. Some people want Minte. I don't. I want Olise. I want Diomande. I want Barcola. I want good players. Sorry for wanting good players to come to Liverpool Football Club. I should just want like a regular player. Like I should just go like, yo, let's get this regular winger just because Salah's shit right now. Salah being shit still puts up more GA than Saka. That's why we need a good player to replace him because we can't just like keep going on rebuilds and transitions and rebuilds on transitions and rebuilds and transitions. We can't keep doing this forever. We didn't buy Wirtz and Isak to have 2 transition seasons in a row. We bought them to win, bro. So whichever right winger comes in, he has to be ready, bro. Yeah, and the ones who watch my content know I say it. They know I've said this for the longest. I've been saying this for so long. Anyway, let's get back to the topic. Let me just land this.
I'll let you, because
I think at the time in 17-18, Liverpool could have signed a very good centre back, and Liverpool could have signed an incredible centre back. You know, maybe not as good as Virgil van Dijk, maybe nowhere near the level as Virgil van Dijk, because I think Virgil van Dijk has been possibly the best centre back in the Premier League easily in the last since he's actually, I would probably say since his last 6 months at Southampton. Before, you know, he kind of went on a little bit of a what's the thing where it's like he kind of like he played and didn't play at the same time, you know. You guys remember, right? Before he signed for us for Southampton, like he played and didn't play at the same time. Like
I think you shaded Mane just there.
No, let me, because what I was gonna say.
Let me land first. Let me land.
Okay, let him land. No, Carl, don't say nothing. I've got this, Carl. I've got this. Go on, Husam. Go on.
Okay, no problem. But you're gonna have to let me respond to the Mane thing.
No, of course.
Bring up Mane.
Yeah.
I'm just talking about the 3 players who stayed. So when players, because all 3 have something that Mane don't have, which is an extra league title. So that's the thing we have to keep in mind. In terms of the Virgil thing, I think we could have gotten a centre back, you know, that's elite, but I don't think you could have gotten a winger that gets you 47 GA in a season in the Premier League, because numbers wise show that is literally impossible to find. Now, I'm not saying listen to everything I say for the next 3 minutes. I give a whole breakdown of every footballing reason, everything. But the whole debate became, you called him Rashford. Watch this. Like, you know, obviously Virgil's impact on Liverpool Football Club is a huge impact, because we saw the centre backs that we had at the club before. Alisson's impact at Liverpool Football Club. For me, I'll be honest with you, I'm more willing to accept actually Virgil in the conversation than Alisson, because, like, look, as much as Alisson is the greatest goalkeeper we've seen in the Premier League, I think we could have signed an elite goalkeeper as well, and we would have won stuff. Like, I'm not undermining the impact of Alisson, because remember, we need to understand we're discussing 3 all-timers. So what the chat need to understand is we're not comparing, like, we're not talking about Kelleher here, are we? We're talking about 3 all-timers. Another statement that got completely ignored. Guys, we are just discussing minor details because it's 3 all-timer players. I didn't even say anything crazy. It's just a Rashford joke that became a thing.
That's what I was going to say, because that summer, you look at the goal. We weren't the only other good goalkeeper that moved that summer was Courtois, and we weren't ever going to get Courtois. And then you look at who else went.
Courtois or Black. That's the only 2.
Like Kepa broke the record.
KJ, he mentioned
2 weeks after Alisson. That was like the level of goalkeeper that was left on the market.
No, I understand. I'm saying it's like in the last 10 years. What in the last 10 years? Since Cristiano Ronaldo, we haven't had a single forward in the Prem who got 47 GA in a single Premier League season. So I'm just like based off the facts, one, it would have been more difficult to find out there than like a very good centre back or a very good goalkeeper and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Okay. You might disagree with this. You might say, Husam, you're wrong. Finding a centre back that's elite is difficult. No problem. But I'll be honest with you, nothing I said is crazy. You can disagree, you can agree, that's fine. But effectiveness-wise, numbers-wise, GA-wise, you can legitimately make an argument for it being so difficult to get a player that gets as much GA. Because Judge Mo always mentions this. Look, there's one thing topping the goals chart. We've seen that done before by multiple different players. There's one thing topping the assists chart. Fine. But for someone to top the goals chart and the assists chart and the big chances created chart, that's not someone that I can just go by anyone and yalla, he's going to do it. Because he's doing it in the toughest league in the world, playing for Liverpool Football Club, where at the attack, and Have Hope mentioned this, which is something I brought up before, it's not like he had other people in the strike force where like they were defended at an insane level or anything like this. Like, he was being defended mostly more than anyone else in that forward line because they respected him more. Like when we came up against, you know, a Brighton or a Bournemouth or a Brentford, they would be a lot more last season, I'm saying, not this season. They would be a lot more focused on stopping Mo than they would be on stopping a Diaz or a Gakpo or a Nunes. It's not an insult to them. It's just levels to this. You know, there's a player that's just an elite level player, which is more difficult to stop. That's it. And, you know, he got defended at a higher level. Meanwhile, at Arsenal, you couldn't leave Dennis Bergkamp alone or Perez or Ljungberg. At Man United, you couldn't leave Berbatov alone or Saha or Tevez or Rooney alone. You couldn't leave them. Mo did it with a significantly weaker, basically supporting cast than the other two. And that was my point. You can't just bring someone and go get 47 GA in a season. Whatever it looks like, you might think he looks like shit while doing it. At the end of the day, getting 47 goals and assists is a Premier League record in a Premier League season. When you go get 47 GA, I'm sorry, I can't just push that to the side. Oh, because one guy looks better or blah. It's just not how football works. Because scoring goals is the most difficult thing to do on the football pitch. And you don't know what's the second most difficult thing to do? Creating a chance. Mo was top of the Premier League at both. So sorry, I said one guy is 1A and 1B. You know, someone earlier on said, I think Van Dijk is above Mo by a hair. Yeah, but me saying 1A, 1B is me thinking that Mo is above him by a hair as well. So I haven't disrespected Virgil in this all-timer debate, and I haven't disrespected Steve in this all-timer debate. I haven't. I explained my reasons for the goalkeeping position. Let's just get back to the clip.
Can I speak on something?
Yeah, we're just nitpicking here because the three great players.
I understand this is about Salah and what he's achieved. And obviously, we're just trying to factor in other players that maybe could be mentioned in the same breath as him. And obviously, we've spoken about Virgil. I do feel like for some reason that people feel the need to do this. I don't know why. You can big up Salah without trying to disrespect Mane. The reason why I say Mane gets disrespected is because Mane, when he first came to Liverpool, actually changed the way how Liverpool actually played. Not only that, Mane was the one who was playing on the right-hand side to begin with, gave Salah the right-hand side, and then became an absolute demon on the left. There was also a time in Sadio Mane's career where I think he set a Premier League record. I can't remember what season it was for scoring in how many consecutive games in a row.
It was a second
not only that
18-19 season.
Yeah, not only that with Mane. Not only that with Mane, Mane's won 2 AFCONs. Don't really care what no one says. He's won 2. Not only that, he's been higher up than Salah in balance.
Now imagine I do the whole bringing down players thing. Mane won 2 AFCONs. What's that got to do with Liverpool legacy? What does that have to do with Liverpool legacy? You see how I'm saying, like, if I'm using people's logic against them, it's an issue. And this goes back to the whole thing. Why do you use people's logic against them? Because it shows the whole point of this conversation is just essentially, you know, he just said Mane won 2 AFCONs. Correct. I can just go like, he's staring down Mo. Because he beat Mo in the penalty shootout at the end. He's staring down Mo. Why is he tearing down Mo? Why is he bringing up AFCON? What does AFCON have to do with Liverpool? Alexis McAllister is a World Cup winner. Okay, that doesn't add to his Liverpool legacy. You see how I'm saying? If I do in the comment section, like what you guys hold me like accountable to, it would be mad. But anyway, let's just go back to it.
Conversations. And head-to-head knockout, he's taken out Salah, whether you like it or not. Whether you can say the team's better or not, that's just what the facts say. It's a bit like Golden State and flipping Cleveland. The facts say what they are, innit? With Sadio Mane again as well, I'm going to say this as well, yeah? He sacrificed, in my opinion, more to his game to but like he definitely helped facilitate Salah. And I do feel like because he was so good, people almost like, I don't know why, but people want to put down Mane to prop up Salah. And last thing I'm going to say about it as well, yeah, is if we're talking about clutch moments and big games, there is an argument to say
people want to bring down Mane to prop Salah. But I didn't even bring Mane up. I didn't even bring him up. We agree that Mane is below Mo anyway. We agree. All 4 on the stream agree that Mane and Liverpool legacy ranks below Salah. I didn't bring him up. I didn't mention his name. 30 minutes into the stream, I didn't say a single word about him, about Sadio Mane at all. Okay? So when it comes to this whole thing, like about bringing down Mane, okay, so I spoke about Salah without mentioning Mane. I didn't bring down Mane. I didn't say a single word about Mane. Then Mane proceeds to be mentioned on the stream So what's normal is for me to respond to the Mane point. You get what I'm saying? So I didn't bring up Mane. I didn't tear down anyone. I said, guys, I think 1A, 1B, 1C, Virgil, Mo, Stevie, we're fighting by a hair and blah, blah, blah. Okay? I didn't mention Mane once. I didn't say a single thing. If someone brings up Mane and I'm going to argue against him being on the same table, essentially, I'm not bringing him down. I'm just arguing why I think he's below him. And if we're going to use a whole Rashford comment as like the reason why you're disrespecting Mane, in the first 6 months of the quadruple charge season, we were there. I was doing content. I was doing spaces at the time. Everyone was saying bench Mane, start Jota down the left. Mane stinking up the pitch. Mane hasn't been the same for the last year and a half. Blah, 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 blah. So what? Who gives a shit? We made the whole basis of the argument me saying that Mane is Rashford. Okay, he was Rashford for 4 months. Who gives a fuck? Why is that deep? Why does that become now the basis of the whole argument?
Mane performs better on the bigger occasion than Salah. And that's kind of like a thing that we've always said. There's many times Salah, and this again, it's not me shading Salah. It's more about me trying to remind people who Sadio Mane was, yeah? When the lights got bright, Mane didn't waver. Mane was there.
Champions League semi-final against Barcelona, there was no Firmino, there was no Salah. Just say.
That's what I'm saying. Whenever there was a big game, sometimes you'll go, where's Salah? It's Mane. It was Mane. So as much as it's nice to always remember what Salah's done,
so once again, I ask all the chat, why is this not considered bringing down Mo? Let's do the reverse of what's being done to me. Let's do it as well. Why is this not bringing down Mo?
Not forget what Mane's done. And even Firmino to extent, like, I'm not saying they all just go in the same category, but I do think there is too many times where, yeah, it's fine. We can talk about Salah and his greatness. But if you mention Mane, even close to Salah, they're like, no, how can he ever? Ask any rival fan who they feared most, and I guarantee you, when Mane was at his peak and Salah was at his peak, majority might even tell you it's Mane. And I say,
but you can't.
Okay. So here, you guys just heard what Matt just said. And like I said, it's his opinion. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. I'm just arguing it back. I think that in 2026, having a Mane debate with Mo, with all due respect, is bringing Mo down. Because Mo stayed for the last 4 years with Mane not being here. I have 4 years extra of impact in the English Premier League, in the Champions League, and whatever, in a Liverpool shirt. 4 years extra of impact. I wouldn't bring up Fabinho to argue against Van Dijk. He left 4 years ago. Or 3 years ago, whenever it was he left. He left a long time ago. We're talking about Liverpool 2.0 versus Liverpool 1.0. I could easily say, oh yeah, this is bringing Mo down and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, let's get back to it.
Can't fear the inevitable.
I don't care what United fans say. United fans say Xabi Alonso is better than Gerrard online. And you guys have seen this online, by the way. I think it was Husam or someone who went like, oh yeah, the best Liverpool midfielder ever is Xabi Alonso because this and because that and blah, 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 blah. Give you actual reasons for it. Bro, I don't care what rivals say.
Okay, that's fine. What I'm saying is there seems to be
at the end of the day, you
view. Why is there this warped view that Mane could never talk to Salah?
The reason why Mane is not close to Mo and Liverpool legacy is simply because he left 4 years ago. That's it. You're making
what I'm saying is when they were both at their peak, at the peak of their powers.
One guy stayed at Liverpool 2.0 and literally carried us to league title. That in itself puts him above Mane. It's very simple. It's like asking a Warriors fan, oh, who's on a higher pedestal, Steph or KD? Yeah, Steph stayed. And he won one more NBA chip without KD. So Mo won one without Mane or Firmino. So it's not a disrespect or an insult.
Yeah, but so if we're going to use that logic,
it's like me saying that if Mo left 4 years ago, Mane stayed, won a league title. Me saying, oh, Mo sits on the same table as Mane. No, he doesn't.
No, we're not saying they sit at the same table as some.
I'm not saying the same table. Whenever you bring Mane,
I'll be real with Sam. It's when you called him like doing his best Rashford impression. I'm like,
yeah, that didn't sit right at me whatsoever.
Yeah, and the first 6 months of the quadruple charge season, it's true. Sadio
Okay,
Mane
and then-
only performed for us when we moved him to striker.
All
Why
right,
is
and
that a lie?
the second.
Okay. So why is that considered me bringing Mane down? We're nitpicking. We're talking about Liverpool all-timer players, right? I think, personally, in my opinion, I think it's an insult to Mo to compare him to Mane. I think that. Because once again, one guy stayed for 4 years and last season was the best player in the entirety of the Premier League, forget just at Liverpool, in us winning a league title. I think it's an insult. Just like, this is not just a Mane thing, yeah? If Callum said Fabinho or if Tom said Henderson, I'd say the same thing. Henderson was our captain. He won the Footballer Writers Awards Player of the Season. If someone brings a player that I don't think belongs on the same table with someone, and I respond to that, I'm not bringing down Sadio Mane. I'm just stating the facts. Because yes, Mo's been bad this season, and we all acknowledge that. As a matter of fact, I never say like, oh, Mo's been great for 9 years. I say Mo's been great for 8, because this season he hasn't been great. We agree. This season he hasn't been great. Everyone agrees. Every Tom, Dick, and Harry, the whole planet agrees he hasn't been good this season. I think like Mo's wife probably thinks he's not good enough on the pitch this season. It's okay. Like there's nothing wrong with that. No one is denying this whatsoever. But we're talking about legacy here. Why bring up Mane to begin with? He doesn't sit on the same table as Mo when it comes to legacy. It's the truth. It is the truth. 4 years later, Golden Boots, Playmaker Awards, PFA Player of the Year, best player in the whole league last season, we win the league. How's that an insult? Just because I said he's been Rashford for 6 months. Okay. And what? He has been like Rashford for 6 months in the first 6 months of the season. That's why we signed Luis Diaz. Because yeah, let's just get back to talking football for a second here. Let's assume that the reason why we bought Diaz is because Spurs wanted him and we wanted to move forward with summer plans. If Mane was so great at left wing, he would have started ahead of Diaz anyway at left wing. Think about it. He would have started anyway ahead of Diaz at left wing. Imagine last season, not this season, the season before that, we buy a right winger. Okay? Let's say we buy a right winger last season. If we buy a right winger last season, Mo will still be better than said right winger and therefore start ahead of him. When Diaz came in, there's a reason why Mane had to be moved up top. Because Mane wasn't good enough down the left. Not just because we wanted to move forward with the summer plans. We remember what happened that year. Anyway, back to the video.
Second half of the
it doesn't sit well with you, but Madueke has been better sits well with you.
Wait, the second half of the quad chasing season, Salah weren't up to par. And the second half of the 18-19 league chase, Salah weren't great either. But we never.
Okay, I'm glad you said that, because Salah not being up to his standards and Mane being amazing both had the same GA in the league. That shows you who's above who in the ranking.
You're doing a GA.
Oh, it's GA. It's GA in a
Of
club
course we're
system,
gonna bring
comparing
up
a
GA.
striker to a winger using
Forwards
GA.
who
How
played
dare
the
I?
same position.
All right, check this then. Who's the best? No, wait. This is why I'm just going to kazum this whole GA nonsense, because you only use it when it suits you. Who is the better forward against Barcelona out of Origi, Shaqiri, and Mane when we played them and beat them 4-0? Who's the best?
Easy. We know the
answer. Okay, cool.
I was just thinking about it.
The guy who had no GA. Hold on, was the guy who had no GA was better than the guy who scored 2 goals?
I mean, I thought Origi had a good game.
I thought Origi was.
Once again, I never said Origi. Did I say any of them had a bad game? Who was the better player on the day? Who was the better player?
Origi for me.
Origi or Shaqiri?
In the 4-0, Origi definitely.
This is what I'm saying, brother. What's the point?
None. By the way, none of the forwards were like amazing or something. It's I think for me that game was the back four, the midfield, and the goalkeeper. And Shaqiri obviously, Shaqiri had a great cross for Wijnaldum's header. Trent had a fantastic pass for the Wijnaldum goal as well, and the corner delivered quickly. Henderson's shot that was parried by the Barca goalkeeper that was rebounded by Divock Origi.
You put Henderson in for the shot.
No, but like that day, it's not like we created chance.
Man, need to go back and watch the game. I can't believe what I'm hearing right now.
No.
Is this where we've become like it's all
No,
about?
but this is the thing, no, Cal, because we can all.
No, hold on.
Whether you're Salah or Mane, you can.
I'm sorry for thinking Origi was great in that game. Like, sorry.
No.
So we don't.
I think Mane was better than Shaqiri.
We don't get to the Barca game.
GA over everything. GA over everything.
No, but Cal, because we can do this for everyone.
No
So I could say we
You know
don't
what's
get to
funny?
the Barca game that year.
You see, when we speak
don't
about
get to the
GA,
Barca game that
you know
year.
when someone
Napoli-
goes,
Napoli-
you know when that Chelsea fan goes, yeah, but Lampard's GA is better than Gerrard's. What do we all say? What do we all as Liverpool fans say?
Who's the better
Who you
player?
can bring to the table is
Yeah,
GA.
but Mane ain't better than Mo on ability either.
Or we do it to tear down our own players. Come on,
Yeah, but
man.
Mane ain't better than Mo even on ability.
The thing is how we can't sit there and isolate individual games, because I could do the same thing if I wanted to and go, we don't get to the Barca 4-0 if we don't get through Napoli. And what happens in Napoli?
What happens in Napoli? Mane misses 4
I'm not trying to tear down Salah here. I'm not tearing down Salah.
I'm not tearing down Mane.
Who's tearing down Mane though?
Rashford, you said
So Tom, you notice what they just did? This is prime gaslighting by Callum here. He just said 2 minutes ago, him and Matt both just said that, by the way, yeah, we agree. Mane doesn't sit on the same table as Mo because, obviously, like Mo stayed 4 years later. And then in the end, they're arguing that we're putting Mane down. You yourself put him a tier below. So how am I putting Mane down?
No. I think you're missing the whole point. The whole point was
whole point then became just me saying that Mane was Rashford for 6 months. That's it. Everything else I said was ignored, by the way. Who's putting Mane down? You put him below Mo as well.
When you gave your monologue, you said he was moving like Rashford. Did you say that?
In the first 6 months of
the
the
quadruple do a VAR check on that? Shall we do a VAR check on that?
Mane had like 2 assists.
But you see that season, 18-19.
That's the same season where Mane had 2 assists or something like that.
Yeah,
wait there.
Hold on, Matt. Really quick, Matt. From the end, I think from December to the end of that season, if I'm not mistaken, Mane was
minute
the player who would either get the first goal or
first
for Liverpool.
That's correct.
In like a silly amount of consecutive games. Dragged us through games.
18-19 season.
18-19, Salah was quality.
Now, and someone's just giving me these facts. I don't know whether they're true or
Someone
not.
is well, by the
I won't say the person is. Big them up.
If I'm this
They
bad,
just said to me right now,
you don't need
for semi-finals and finals, Salah has 2 goals, Mane has 6. Now, if I use that in an argument, even if it's true or not, people will still think that I'm trying to bring Salah down. And that's why I think there was that reaction. Yes, we're not saying Mane didn't have to get moved to the center, but I think you using that, and when we're talking about greatness, for me, that didn't need to be mentioned. That's all I'm saying. Do you get what I'm saying?
You take shots and
when
then
we're talking about anything.
I'm sure they're trying to understand what I'm saying.
You take shots.
Both play this game.
Say anything. You take shots. So what do you expect? If you're taking shots at players, but you
understand what I'm saying, chat?
Glaze another player. You glaze another player, but you take shots at another player. How do you think the chat's going to perceive it? How do you think?
I didn't take shots at a player.
Right.
There is a reason why Mane was moved up top that season, and we all know the reason, because at left wing he wasn't good enough. If you think that's insulting, or me saying, "Oh, he's doing an impersonation of Rashford," you think that's an insult? That's on you. I don't think it's an insult.
How is it not an insult?
And when it comes to the semi-final,
you can't say Rashford and say, "Oh, it's up to you if you take it as an insult." That's gaslighting at its finest, bro.
How is it not an insult?
Okay, it's an insult. Happy now? Are we gonna get over?
No.
I'll be honest with you guys. This is the thing where it became frustrating. Like, I gave 100 different reasons. I said this and I said that, but like in the end, it just became the whole Rashford thing. The Rashford thing became the debate. And that for me is the thing that upset me, because I gave footballing reasons. One guy stayed 4 years later. He was more important. He did this, he did that. The whole thing just became like, oh, Rashford this, Rashford that. Okay. We're going to make the Rashford thing the basis of the argument. Everything else I said is so logical.
Husam, you can't say that.
And here I just said this on the stream. Listen to what I just say here. Listen to this. Thing the basis of the argument is everything else I said is so logical.
Husam, you can't say that.
Okay, guys, I take it back. He wasn't making an impersonation of Rashford. What we saw in the first 6 months of Sadio Mane was great. He was fantastic at left wing. We didn't need to buy Diaz. I actually think if he continued the rest of the season at left wing, we would also went for a quadruple.
Why can't you just?
Are we gonna get past that now, or are we gonna keep bringing it up?
I'm just saying. Why can't you just say
I'm gonna bring up Madueke every week now.
saying it.
See, I said it. I was even joking and everything. You can
I'm
see
gonna
I'm
bring up Madueke every week now.
I'm gonna bring up
No, that's
Madueke
fine.
every week.
Bring
I'm
him up every
joking,
week.
even.
I
didn't
stand
even
on
have
business.
Madueke has
If
been
I say
bro,
something
like this
more,
whole
business.
doing a Rashford impersonation for 6 months became the whole point. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, chills, bro. Like it became the whole thing. The whole thing just became me calling Rashford for 6 months. And what? He was like Rashford for 6 months. I doubled down. Happy now? Who cares, bro? Like that's not like some mad insult, bro. No metric even better than him, by the way. But
Once again, why can't you just say, you know, I was wrong for calling him an impersonator of Rashford or whatever?
no, I wasn't wrong because he was shit on the left hand side for
There we
6
go.
months.
There he is.
Yeah, but I've said that 3 different times and you refuse to listen. I
So
don't
what
get
are you
it.
talking about
Every time
Brady?
I speak
So hold on.
about
So hold
this
on, wait.
topic, like
You
it
mean
seems
it as
like
an
you
insult
compute
then?
what I'm saying differently.
So you did mean it as an
Sadio Mane
insult.
pre-AFCON was
So did
trash
you mean it
at
as
the
an
start of the
insult?
season.
Did you mean it as an insult
This
then?
is you speak when I'm speaking. I
Did
actually
you
listen to
mean
what
it as
you
an
say.
insult?
I
Why can't
compute
you?
it and
It's a
then I
yes or no
respond.
question. Matt, is it? It's not. I'm not asking a hard question. Did you mean it as an insult when you said what you said then? Yes or no?
I'm over this, I'll be honest with you.
So
Every
you
time I
did.
speak,
So I
you
called you out
interrupt
on
me.
it and you didn't like it.
Every
Come on,
time
man,
I
what
speak,
are
you
we doing
interrupt me. You literally load your words, one word into me speaking.
Brother,
So
you
what's the
just
point?
said,
You've
you
already
can't ask a
established
question.
a narrative in your head, so it's impossible for me
It's
to
not
remove
a
a narrative.
narrative when you just said the
Literally a
words,
narrative.
bro. You literally just.
And is played down the middle, and he performs a lot better than he
I
did
give
in the
whole
first months of the season.
that I said earlier.
We're comparing him to Mo.
I didn't
Yeah, but
interrupt
you don't lie on the conversation.
I'm not lying. I literally am saying verbatim what
You
you
did
said.
because that's
When
what
you,
the barometer I use.
when you
One
spoke
second,
about
let me just
Virgil, you never mentioned the season where it's to speak about a player and use their worst period as a barometer to judge them. That says a lot. Because we don't do that with Salah.
No.
We don't do that with Virgil.
No one used the worst barometer to judge them. We're comparing him to Mo.
I didn't interrupt you.
We're comparing him to Mo.
I didn't
but
interrupt
you. Don't lie on the conversation.
I'm not lying. I literally am saying verbatim what you
did
said.
because that's what the barometer I use.
When you spoke about Virgil, you never mentioned the season where it was. What was the season where it was Fabinho and Henderson's last season? Was that 22-23 season? Never mentioned his season, that season where he was terrible. Never mentioned this season where he's been below par. But you mentioned Mane's worst period.
So there you go. I think with this whole thing, like I could even play the whole Madueke thing at an hour mark into the whole stream. But bro, I'll be honest with you. The reason why like I'm irritated with like people's reactions to the stream and stuff is because like they made that like I just nonchalant just said something about Mane when I just didn't. You know? Mane was brought up into the conversation. I'm gonna send Callum the link. Let me just read these supers, and then we're gonna bring Callum on. Big up to Les Salah, who says Mohamed Salah has given me joy beyond what words can describe. From I think you mean Nagrig to where he made it insane by itself. People say he doesn't have the dribble. Sorry, he wasn't born in a European academy. Yeah, we can all acknowledge like players who look better on the eye and stuff, but that doesn't mean that the other guy has a better legacy or whatever. That's the key point here. The way they hype Foden and Palmer, imagine Mo was named Michael Salad and was from Birmingham. They might call him the second coming. Bro, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'll be honest with you. I do think that the media bias is a thing. And that's why I played the Carragher clip. I played the Carragher clip for good reason. He said, if Mo wins the PFA player of the season, he gets into the conversation with Kenny Dalglish and Steven Gerrard. Okay. He then proceeds to do that. And then he goes like, Mo's sixth. Like, why? 1 King Kenny, 2 Stevie, 3 Mo. LFC is a special club. To be in the top 3, you need to connect with all the club and on and off the pitch. Kenny was amazing with us during Hillsborough. Yeah, by the way, I'm not even saying, like, when I say 1A, 1B, 1C, I'm talking about the Premier League era only. Like, when it comes to, like, all-timer, of course, you've got to include Kenny Dalglish and all the great players that played for Liverpool Football Club. We can sit here and name them till tomorrow. Alan Hansen, Graham Souness, like Bruce Globerer, Jan Molby, Ian Rush, John Aldridge. We can name as many people as you want, and it's fine. But Carragher said he does this and he's in the top 3. He did that and then he put him 6th. That's why people are upset with Carragher's list. Very simple. Stevie was our only main hope during our worst period. Mo won us 2 Premier Leagues after 30 years. People ignore his effect on religious matters and off pitch in the city. Yeah, I agree with that. And by the way, I've just read out 2 screenshots. Like I can if I wanted to, I can go back to every single like video and live stream and blah 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 where someone says Muslim this, Muslim that, Arab this, Arab that. The only reason why you back Salah is because he's Arab, and the only reason why you back Mo is because he's Muslim. One guy commented the only way you're backing Mo versus Mane is because he's Muslim. They're both Muslim, mate. What kind of dumb logic is this? All I'm gonna say is, if any other color made the player made the effect that Mo made in England towards Muslims, they'll be giving the Nobel Peace Prize while Mo gets slandered. Yeah, he's had a positive impact. He's had positive impact on Liverpool Football Club from that perspective, 100%. By the way, 100 million %. Big up to my guy Simo, who says Salah is a Liverpool and Premier League legend recognized by Shearer, Gerrard, and anyone objective. His impact in the Middle East says it all, and he has it all. For me, #1 in Liverpool's Premier League era. And by the way, I grew up in the UAE. I grew up in the Middle East. I was the only Liverpool fan alongside another Indonesian kid whose dad made him a Liverpool fan. No one was a Liverpool fan, bro. So this was Mo's impact on this region of the world. Now I see Liverpool shirts in the mosque everywhere. Why is calling Mane Rashford for 6 months worse than calling Mo worse than Madueke? We all know what's worse comparison and insult is in the case. After review, you brought down Mane. Kopish boys brought down Salah. Not just you, but as fans, we shouldn't slander our legends for others. All love, bro. Look, you know, if you looked at this slander, fair enough. I just think Rashford, like, it is what it is. I'm not even gonna like change my words or anything. Yes, I did say he was Rashford for 6 months, and like in my opinion, it's close to the truth. I don't think it's a lie. I think he was shit for 6 months before he came back from AFCON. That's it. There's no reason to drag any of these players down. There are legends and won us trophies and leagues. It's insulting to legends. I hear you, bro. I remember when you called Salah Mark Albrighton once. How are they taking this Rashford thing to heart? We know Kopish like Mane over Salah. I don't think Kopish like Mane over Salah. I don't think Kopish has an opinion generally because it's 3 people. It's not one person represent all. Like, you know, we cannot do that as well. And I've said throughout this whole stream, I haven't said anything negative about the Kopish boys. I've said everyone's entitled to their opinion. I'm just defending myself. And people have realized who I'm calling out now, by the way. And that's why I got Callum off the thumbnail. He's in the background as well. And I spoke to him previous stream. I got Callum's face off the thumbnail because this is not about Callum. I'm calling out the people who keep bringing up this Arab thing, who keep bringing up this Muslim thing every time I mention Salah. I'm talking about people with reactions to it. I'm talking about people who just really want to make me look like a D-head online. I'll be honest with you. Like, people are out there doing that. I've already mentioned their names earlier on. I'm not going to go down that route. And I'm a man of my word. I'll be honest with you guys. Unless I feel the need to, I'm actually not going to do this type of stuff ever again. But I think this has been building up for a month now, and I've just had to say stuff. Like when you clip up an hour and 23 minutes and just do like 30 seconds of a clip to make me look like a D-head, it's mad, you know? And I've already said, like, if you can agree with me, disagree with me, it's fine. You can do a reaction to the whole stream, agree, disagree, completely fine and normal. No one is forcing you to agree, bro. You can disagree with whatever you want. You can agree with whatever you want. Don't just clip up 30 seconds just because you're mad I unmodded you, just because you follow whatever's trendy. Because it's trendy now to call out Husam and the Liverpool fan base. So now that's going to be the news. Like, you know, the news is let me call out whatever is a trendy thing to call out. You know, and I've already given the example with all the stuff that's happened on YouTube in the last 2 years. By the way, he never backed me once. When Lee said what he said about me and blah, 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 he never said he never backed me. He even then, he never said like anything like, oh yeah, Husam, this, blah, blah, blah. He's in this Lee's chat going like, oh, big up Lee, you know? And now it's popular to go against Lee. He's went against Lee. Great. Great, fantastic. If you want to do reactions, feel free to do reactions. Just try to be as objective as possible and try to actually look at both sides. And, you know, don't just paint out one guy to be the asshole and the other guy to be like the hero in this situation and blah, blah, blah. You know, so it is what it is. Anyway, big up. Man like Callum is here. Apologies for doing this late, Callum. I'm sorry, my brother. Big up to you. Hi, Callum.
No, cool. What's going on?
Hi, Callum.
Yeah,
up, bro.
I'll be honest with you, bro. Obviously, we spoken privately. Everything you said that irks you about what's going on irks me. And the reason why it irks me is because it feels like you feel... In fact, I'm not going to put words and feelings in your mouth or in your heart. It feels like everything that you feel is happening to you hasn't happened to me. And again, I'm not going to speak for Matt and Drift because I agree. I agree with some things Matt and Drift say, and I disagree with some things Matt and Drift say. But firstly, I'm going to call out a few people in your chat because you've called out people in our chat, and rightly so. And the same things you say about people accusing you of certain things in your chat is the same things people accuse me of in your chat. So Control Deep 763, you're a prick. Yaz Khan, you're an even bigger prick. BK Badian, who says Cal's been doing too much for months now. Let me know what I've been doing for months. Alexander Cohen, you're a dickhead. And Live a Wrestler, you're the biggest prick going. Biggest prick going. So everything you've said, Husam, about people calling you out in our community and saying racist things and stuff, and you can go back in past streams and past stuff where I've actually defended you to those people and said, how can Husam be racist? If Husam was racist, there's no way you'd be on the channel. So that's the first thing. There's people in your comment section who are saying, I'm not propping up Salah because he's Muslim or because he's not black. I've worked with every single race and shade and creed in this community and outside this community. I don't give a damn about someone's political background. I don't give a damn about someone's race. I don't give a damn about someone's religious beliefs. Husam, you're Muslim, I'm Christian. How many times have I ever said anything about your religion?
No,
Zero.
never, of course.
Husam, again, not even to bring the curtain back. You've been observing Ramadan and we moved the show for you on a Friday. Did I once say to you, Husam, let's just lock it off because this is the time we're doing it? Never, right? So the dickheads who sit there and proceed to call you racist, and then the dickheads proceed to sit there and call me racist or say, oh, you know what? You don't like Salah because he's not black. And if Salah was named such and such, you're a prick. And again, this is the issue. This is the issue. These pricks who think they can come in there and say, I'm not saying this about Salah or I'm saying this about Salah because of his race or his color or anything. If you actually watch Kopish over the years, you'll see how much I rate Salah. So much so that one of my close family members, he had a son, and guess what? I call his son Salah in the same way I call my son Stevie, my other son Robbie, and my daughter Alonzo. So this notion of I'm propping up Mane because he's black and I'm bringing down Salah. Once again, I'll ask, name me once in that video where I brought down Salah. Anyone? Not once. I'm not asking you a question, Husam. I'm not even trying to ship you up here. If I was to say to you, I think Zidane's the best midfielder of all time, what would you say?
I agree.
If I say Iniesta's the best midfielder of all time, what would you say?
I disagree, but I understand.
So if I was to say to you, I think Iniesta's the best midfielder of all time, what would your response be?
I think Zidane is the best midfielder of all time.
Fine. Absolutely fine. So does that you saying that answer, do you think that brings Zidane down, or are you just saying you believe that Iniesta's on that level?
No, I think Iniesta and Zidane are on the same, like in the same category, basically.
So when you just had that response there, when you said you think Salah sits at the table with Gerrard, and I said, do you know what? Salah's a G, but I also think Alisson and Virgil got to sit on that table as well. Is that not you? Sorry, is that not me doing the same as you saying you believe that Zidane's better than Iniesta?
Yeah, but I never said anything about Virgil. Alisson, I did say something, but
No,
Virgil,
fair. But that you're not bringing down Iniesta by saying that, are you?
No, I'm not bringing it down Iniesta.
So how can my comment of saying I believe that Alisson and Virgil have to sit at the same table as him bringing down Salah? That's not just for you. That's for the other idiots in the chat who said I brought him down. If I say I also believe Virgil and Alisson have to sit at that table, then I don't think that's bringing him down. I think that's me bringing others up to his level as well. Once again, stupid little prick. Control, Alt, Delete. Caught line in the end of the discussion. Tell me where I've been caught line. Also, this is where I knew I'd get these little pricks to bite. Where is the one saying? There it is. Alexander Cohen. How many goals and assists does Alisson and Virgil get? You stupid little mug. Do you know how much of a stupid thing that is? You know football's a team sport, you dimwit. You do realize we all sit here and call Gerrard better than Lampard. Who got more GA, Gerrard or Lampard? So by your definition, Alexander, Lampard's better than Gerrard then. You dumb prick. And you've been saying a lot in this show. You've been saying a lot. Sam, I want to continue.
I haven't even been looking at the chat, and you probably see that.
that's
I
cool.
was because
That's
I was
cool.
playing the video and stuff, so
Hassan,
I wasn't even
there's
looking.
a reason why I'm going after these people directly rather than you. That was the first thing. The Iniesta and Zidane thing. I think I proved my point there. When we were speaking yesterday about Mane, and you bring up the Madueke comment I made, I'm going to break it down like this. As a footballer, the general consensus is that Rashford is a good player, but he's a player that was pretty inconsistent with his final ball and his delivery.
Yes.
If you had said yesterday that season, better season than Mane, I'd have been like, yeah, fairs. But when you say you're doing your best impression of a Rashford, you're basically saying the player who we believe is a head down, run straight lines, and often get the final decision wrong. When you're saying someone doing an impression of that person, that is derogatory. Now, whether you agree or disagree with my Madueke take, that is absolutely fine. Mine wasn't derogatory. I sat there and I said, I believe Madueke is having a better season than Salah this season. Not once did I say Madueke is a better player, nor once did I say he can lace Salah's boots. I said he's simply having a better season. I don't have an issue with you disagreeing with that. If I sat there and said Salah's doing his best Madueke impression, which is what? Beat the man and then screw up the final ball or final pass or final shot, that would be seen as derogatory. So for anyone who's saying my comment is disrespectful, but yours isn't, that is the nuance I take. I'm going to ask you another question. Do you think Harry Wilson's as good as Mo Salah?
No.
Do you think Harry Wilson's having a better season than Mo Salah this season?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, so once again, we agree on that one. But Mo Salah's 10 times, 15, 20, 30 times the player of Harry Wilson. So once again, if someone's having a better season than someone else, and I think that person's having a better season, that's not me being disrespectful. That's me having an opinion. Because I used the name Madueke, who is seen as this crap player. And yeah, let's be honest, he isn't a great player. But if I think he's having a better season this season, then for me, that makes sense in that comment of not being disrespectful. If I turn
but you brought up Harry Wilson. Harry Wilson's probably been the best right winger in the whole league.
Hold on, Husam. If I said he's doing his best Madueke impression, and all of us see Madueke as a dead player who, like 9 times out of 10, usually beats a player, but then does nothing with it, then which one do you think is disrespectful? Me saying Salah's doing his best Madueke impression, or I think Madueke is having a better season than Salah? Which one's disrespectful?
Okay, I'll be honest with you. Since we're being honest all the way, I think both are disrespectful. And I'll tell you why. Give footballing reasons why. I'll give you why, yeah? And listen, you're not wrong and strong anyway. Like, you've admitted when you're wrong, and so have I. We've both admitted when we're wrong publicly on YouTube before. I'll be honest with you. If you want to say comparing Rashford to Mane is probably less disrespectful than comparing Madueke to Mo. I'll tell you why. Because Madueke is an Arsenal bench player. And the metrics that I gave on the stream, and I can play it for you now, but you heard it. I said goals, assists, chances created, big chances created. I don't even know Madueke's numbers. But if I were to literally load up a new tab and look at them right now, I'm sure Mo beats him in all the metrics. So the reason why people find that disrespectful is because Madueke is a bench player at Arsenal. And by the way, the other thing is, he doesn't even have good games for Arsenal. Like, I think that Mo, I'll be honest with you, yeah, as bad as Mo's been this season, he's washed up and he should leave in the summer. And he's going to leave in the summer. I think he's been better than Arsenal's starting right winger. Never mind their bench right winger. I think washed up Mo's been better than Saka and Madueke both.
So it's cut. You said
and it's an objective opinion to have.
Cool. You said you think Salah should go. Name me once where I said I think Salah should leave.
No, I never. You said he should stay next season.
Have I called Salah washed once this season?
No, I've called him washed.
No. Again, I'm not even taking digs at USM.
Yeah, I said no. I've called him washed. Not
no. But I just wanted the answer. So once again, when people are sitting there saying I'm doing the disrespect of Salah, how can I be disrespectful when I've categorically stated I want him to stay and I don't think he's washed? Do I think he's had a slight decline? Yeah, of course he has. But I didn't expect him to have a good season this season. But the manager's compounded that by playing crap tactics. I actually think there's still a player in Salah. Another thing I want to say. You say that whenever we speak about Salah, we bring up someone else. And yesterday I did. I brought up.
No, I never said whenever. I'm talking about yesterday's stream specifically.
Okay, yeah, fair. Yesterday, I brought up Virgil and Allison. The same thing you have an issue with is the whole reason this whole big debate around Salah started. We would critique Salah. In fact, I won't even bring Matt and Drift into it. I would critique Salah about a game he's played, and the first thing I'd hear is, but Gakpo was crap, and so was Virgil. So by that notion, why is it that whenever I critique Salah, even though I critique other players, why is it that whenever I critique Salah, it is, oh, but what about Gakpo? What about Virgil? What about Allison? If Virgil's this top tier player, why are we not holding him to the same metrics? Is that not what I've been accused of by a large portion of the chat here and yourself? But it's simply what literally happens every time Salah's mentioned.
Okay, I can give you an answer to that very simply. Yesterday's conversation was a legacy debate, and we were talking about Mo's legacy in terms of Liverpool players in the modern era.
So yesterday wasn't a legacy debate. It turned into a legacy debate. Yesterday's show.
We were talking about like Mo's, like his stature in the Liverpool fan base, whatever, like how he was in Liverpool modern era. But when it comes to game by game, when we're talking about the whole Mo scapegoating thing, and it has happened on YouTube, and it's not just you or me or anyone. The reason why we bring up the other players in the team is because Slot's system and his style and the way that we play football doesn't make anyone look good. So we're saying, instead of just honing in on this one player, let's address the bigger problem and let's talk about other players who aren't, old and finished and blah, 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 compared to them. So as an example, the reason why people bring up Gakpo is, very simply, Mo has been at the club for 10 years. He's accomplished everything in the Premier League already. The reason why he's finished physically is because he's 34 years old. Why is Gakpo looking almost worse than Mo at 25?
You're doing it.
That's why people bring that up, because it's not just like one player who's the problem, basically.
Yeah, Yaz, I did call you a prick. I'll call you a prick again. Yaz, you're a prick. You're a prick. You're a prick. You're a prick. What are you going to do about it? You're a prick. Husam, once again, you kind of deflected there. If I critique Salah, there's no need to bring up Gakpo or Virgil because I'm speaking about Salah. Yesterday wasn't a legacy conversation. The title of the video was, I think the title of the video was something along the lines of, Elise is not going to be replacing Salah. That was the title of the video. We didn't even get to speak about that.
Yeah,
I simply said, me and Matt and Tom have all spoken about the Salah thing. You and I hadn't streamed at that point, so I didn't even know what you'd said about it. So I said, Husam, what's your thoughts on this Salah situation? Then I said I wasn't too happy about the timing of the announcement because I feel like it heaps too much pressure on the rest of the players and Salah now to actually have an amazing end to his Liverpool career, which then heaps even more pressure onto the whole situation that we're going through at the moment. Yesterday wasn't a legacy debate. I simply asked you, how do you feel about it? You then said, I think him and Gerrard sit at the table. And I went, do you know what? Fairs, but I also think Virgil and Ali have to sit at that table as well. Then I think it was, I think I've been accused of bringing Mane into the conversation. Once again,
no, Matt brought Mane into the conversation.
Okay, so cool. It wasn't me, that was Matt. Once again, Yaz, you're still a prick, bro. You can call me a prick as much as you want. You're a bitch. Once again, I'll keep on saying it. I have never once said that Mane sits at the table with Salah. In fact, I've had these debates with Drifty on this. If anyone's got an encyclopedia on Kopish and go back, anyone can tell you I've always rated Salah ahead of Mane. Always.
Okay, but here's the thing.
No, let me land, Husam, let me land.
Okay, go on.
The issue I had was you saying he was doing his best. When you were speaking about the two players, you were like, he's doing his best Rashford impression. And I was like, hold on. All you had to say was, no, Mane was sick, but Salah's just been more consistent and has been here longer. And bro, no one would have said anything. In the same way, if you had said yesterday, Salah sits at the table with Gerrard, and I turned around and said, yeah, but this season, he's doing his best impression of flipping Madueke, you'd have been like, what? Hold on. You'd have been like, why are you speaking about Salah at his worst when he's given so much greatness to the club and you're using that as a barometer to compare it to Gerrard? When you could have just said, I think Gerrard's at the top because I think Gerrard carried us through a more difficult period by himself and didn't have world-class players surrounding him. That was the whole basis of the conversation, Sam. It's now been turned into I or Matt or whoever thinks that Salah is ahead of Mane, which none of us have said, none of us will ever say. It's also turned into these are black guys who support Liverpool, so they're going to prop up the black guy and tear down the Arab guy. I'm just going to say it how it is. We're going to prop up the black guy and tear down the Arab guy, which once again is not the case, because we both agreed that Salah has a better legacy. So if you still can't understand why there was frustration at you making the Rashford comment, when instead you could have said Mane was sick in this season, sick in that season, but Salah had this season, that season, won a Prem after Mane left, and is still doing his thing.
Which is what I said as well.
No, but you led with it. And then when you said, oh, the Rashford thing was just a joke, or just me to gaslight you, and then you double down on it later on the show when you're like, well, no, he was he was trash, then you can understand why there's still frustration there, Sam.
Okay. You need to understand something. When we're having a football debate about a certain player, like you said with Zidane and Iniesta, when we're having a football debate about Mo, and we're talking about what he's done at Liverpool Football Club, and Matt brings up Mane in that sense, when he started asking the Mane stuff and he started saying, oh, he won AFCON and he finished second in a Ballon d'Or, that could be looked at the same exact thing as like dragging Salah down or whatever it is, because Mo stayed 4 years later. And by the way, I give footballing reasons as well. The reason why the whole Rashford thing became, I'll be honest with you, it became like a little bit jarring, basically, is because it almost became the whole point of the debate. Oh, Husam, you called him Rashford for 6 months. Yeah, okay, I did, and I own it, no problem. I did call him Rashford for 6 months. In those first 6 months of the season, what did you say? Rashford used to run in straight lines and make wrong decisions in the final third. Mane, I believe, from August until AFCON, was making wrong decisions in the final third, and he wasn't good enough. So that is not tearing a player down. Also, when we're saying like about
you missed my point,
Liverpool 2 point, when we're talking about like the whole...
you missed my point. This is what I'm saying.
I didn't miss your point. I'm getting there.
So when it comes, the reason why, because you saying that means you've missed my point, bro. I was sitting and I tell you the first 6 months of that season I was livid with Mane as well.
Yeah, but then we're arguing semantics.
No, we're not arguing semantics. I'm saying
it's just because I said it a certain way. Like I said, he's doing a Rashford impression. So it seems insulting.
It's the fact that the first thing you did was reach for his deficiencies rather than speaking about what he was actually good at. Bro, when we speak about Salah, we don't speak about when he has a bad period or bad season or anything like that. We don't do that. We don't do that on Kopish, bro.
I have the timestamp. Do you want me to open new tab and play it for you right now to see that I didn't even say, like that whole conversation didn't start because of me. When I'm doing, so here's the thing. If I wanted to drag Mane down, okay, let's say that was the notion, that I want to drag Mane down. As soon as I got asked the question, I could have immediately went like, Mo is the best player. He stayed beyond Sadio Mane, and he won one after Mane left, therefore proving he's the better player. But I didn't lead with that. I didn't bring up Mane. I didn't bring up any other player. I was just talking about where I think Mo ranks in the Premier League era, Liverpool rankings for players. Now, Matt brought that up. He brought up Sadio Mane. I didn't mention Sadio Mane. Now, when it comes to me leading with it or whatever it is, if a player is brought into the conversation that I disagree with, I am not going to go ahead and prop said player, because that's not the point of this whole debate. Because I think, yes, you asked the question, I'm going to answer it. I think that if we're talking about Premier League all-timer Liverpool players, and we're talking about the upper echelon, like the tier A, I think if you bring up Mane, it is a disrespect to Mo, because Mo stayed 4 years later, has 4 years extra of impact, was our best player in a Premier League winning season, and was the best player in the whole league. Therefore, I do believe it's indirectly bringing him down. Now, you didn't say he's doing an impersonation of Madueke, but let's not argue semantics here. I said it, and I own that I said it, and I doubled down on it. In the last season where he was at Liverpool Football Club, the beginning of the season until AFCON, he was doing his Rashford impression, and he was really bad, and he ended up leaving. And for me, I can't bring a player that left 4 years ago to a player that stayed 4 years, won a league title, and was the best player in the whole league. I can't, because I think that is disrespectful to Mo to an extent. I do, because I'll be honest with you, like there are certain conversations that you overtake. Like if you were to ask me, who do you think is better, Fabinho or Gravenberch, or like Henderson or McAllister or whatever it is? Like it's different than bringing up someone who left 4 years ago compared to someone who stayed and won stuff and accomplished and blah 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 blah. So in a sense, us bringing up Mane, like in the whole conversation, is bringing a player that, in my opinion, doesn't belong on the same table as him. And I stated the reasons why I don't think he belongs on the same table as him. That's it.
Yeah, no, but again, Husam, you completely missed the point. Matt brought up Mane. He asked the question. He said, should Mane be at the table as well? And you said what you said. If you had just gone, which is what I believe I said Salah's been more, and I've said this in the past, Salah's been more consistent. He stayed for longer. He's had better seasons than Mane as a whole. But the conversation's done there. But once again, this is what, again, I don't think you're understanding where the frustration came from and the fact that you continued with it and then continued gaslighting, which is why it turned into what it turned into, is because the first thing you said was to shade an ex-Liverpool player who's going to go down as a legend. Once again, I'll use the example, Husam. You said Salah sits at the table with Gerrard. Yeah?
Okay.
A lot of Liverpool fans, especially the older ones, would say that Salah doesn't sit at the table with Gerrard and Kenny. I don't subscribe to that. I think Gerrard, Kenny, and Salah, they sit at the top table along with Virgil and Alisson. I think those five sit at the top table for what I've seen in my lifetime. I'm not disputing whether you, I'm not saying whether you should agree or disagree with that. I'm not disputing that. But if someone turned around when I made that comment and said Salah and Gerrard sit at the same table, and someone turned around to you and me, who are both big fans of Salah, and said, what, the Salah who flipping is struggling this season, can't beat a fullback and is doing this, and we'd be like, hold on, what about all the good things Salah's done? Why are you saying that? So can you not understand where me and Matt were like,
yeah, I can understand, but it's the same thing people saying to you about the whole Madueke thing. It's the same thing.
It's not.
You're saying an Arsenal bench player is better.
It's actually not the same thing.
Callum, it is the same thing.
It's not the same thing. It's
because the only thing that Madueke beats Salah in is dribbles completed. So for me, like, I'm looking at this whole debate.
But again, Husam, all right, if we're going to do semantics,
look, let me just say this. You're focusing on the Rashford thing.
No, wait. If we're going to do semantics,
you're really focusing on the Rashford thing, Callum.
No.
You're low-key, just low-key, you're proving my point with the whole focusing on the Rashford thing. Because, look, if I want to tear down a player, I don't wait for someone to bring him up to say anything. Meaning, you asked the question as soon as the show started, right? I want to tear down Mane. Okay, that's my thing. My thing is, let me tear him down. I could have directly went like, he stayed after Mane and he won a league title without him, and that's why he's above him. And Mane is this and Mane, but I never said anything about Mane. Mane was brought to a table. In my opinion, Mane was brought to a table he doesn't belong in. Mane was brought to a table of the Liverpool upper echelon players in the Premier League era. And this whole Rashford thing has become the whole point of this debate. Why don't we bring up, as an example, you're saying, why did I say the whole Rashford thing? Okay, but you're also leaving out everything else I said, meaning that I said that he stayed longer and won a league title and he delivered on the league title. With you on that's the other part of it as well. We're making the whole Rashford statement, the whole point of the debate. Like, you called him Rashford. Okay, you want to say okay, I'm landing it. You want to say I'm disrespectful for calling him Rashford? No problem. Okay, I'm disrespectful for calling him Rashford. And I shouldn't have done that, or I should have done that. That's up to the people to decide. That's fine. But I said footballing reasons why Salah is above Mane, and we compared their seasons, and I said this and I said that. It wasn't just a Rashford statement.
You're actually not getting it.
I do get it.
Not getting it. You're not getting it, and you don't, Husam. If you were getting it, we wouldn't be having this discussion still. Genuinely, we wouldn't.
I feel like you
genuinely would have been having this discussion. No, I am getting you. I don't agree with what you're saying, but I do understand you. You're just genuinely not understanding where I'm coming from with this. And that's my frustration with it. And then obviously, you do the stream. Again, appreciate you've taken my face off the thumbnail, but I kind of think the damage was done by that time. But like, I don't know, man. I just didn't think it was necessary. I said what I said. It is what it is, in it, I suppose.
Yeah, but this stream, I've made it clear all the way throughout. Every time you or Matt or Thomas said something, I said everyone's entitled to their opinion, but that's why I disagree. And the ones that I called out wasn't you. If you've been watching, you know who I've called out. The same thing, you come here and you called out the people in the chat, and rightfully so. I called out people as well, because as you've seen,
we've called them out, and we've banned a bunch of people in our community who said stuff about you. Banned a bunch.
And for me, as I said, it's not like acceptable basically for this type of stuff. That's why I called it out. So I called out people in the chat. I called out people who said I'm anti-black. I called out people who say like you're only defending him because he's Muslim, you're only defending him because he's Arab, and blah blah blah. I called out these people. These are the people that are the clowns of YouTube. The people who are in the comment section who are making it a race conversation, who are saying I'm lying just because of Mo's religion. And the other people that I've called out, I already wanted to call out. Like I called them out anyway. You know, I said what I said about that guy earlier on. And, you know, when it comes to ends, I didn't really call out ends, you know. I just said, like, try to be a bit more fair. I didn't even say anything about ends. I didn't really call him out or anything. You know, I know he does a lot of reactions. It's okay, do your thing. But, you know, it's really a thing where I feel like this whole thing about yesterday became like, you said he was Rashford for 6 months, so you're tearing him down, and you're this and you're that. But just like you're looking at that part,
I'm saying you're not being consistent. You're not being consistent.
Okay, hear me out. Let me land, please. Let me land. Just like we're calling out that part.
I've tried to land bare times, bro. And cool. Go on.
Just like we're calling out that part, okay, that's fine. I'm saying I also, as much as you can consider me saying he did the Rashford thing disrespectful, that's fine. It's, if you think it's disrespectful, I'm not saying you're wrong or right. I'm saying I gave footballing reasons as well. So it wasn't just, oh, he's doing a Rashford impression for 6 months. I then proceeded to say one guy stayed longer, one guy did this, one guy did that, and that's it. So it wasn't just a one statement thing and I finished. So, yeah.
Can I talk now?
Yeah.
Once again, I can't believe I'm having to keep on explaining this. The same thing you accuse people of doing is the same thing you've been doing over the past few weeks. Literally. You say people tear down Salah by comparing him to other players and all that, and you've been doing that for weeks now. And because of you've been doing that for weeks, we have now garnered a reputation on Kopish as being an anti-Salah channel, which is as far from the truth as we can get. In past games over the past few weeks and this season, I've categorically explained why I think Virgil's had a better season than Salah, even though I think they've both been below par. And since then, it's been a Cal hates Salah, Kopish hates Salah. And now it's turned into a Kopish hates Salah, but they love Mane because Mane's black and blah. That's what's really been happening. Then when we have these conversations and I say, "Raw, bro, we're not going to tear down and we're not doing a Salah legacy show yesterday." We weren't doing that. We weren't doing a Salah legacy show. It turned into that because of comments you made. This notion that if you say someone else deserves to get the same treatment to an extent of Salah is tearing down Salah, I think it's crazy. And look, you got people in the comments basically saying it who don't really watch Kopish that much. And I can go through all the player ratings for all the years and show you how many times I've given Salah his credit, how many times I've spoken and critiqued other players. I'm called an Arsenal fan by some people in our fan base. Why? Because I crash out on every single Liverpool player. I don't have agendas and this, that with certain players. No, if a player's been rubbish, they've been rubbish. But yet this is where we're at now. So when we're doing a show and Matt goes, should Mane be at that table as well? When it could have just been Salah's been there longer, been a bit more consistent. But you go, no, what my man was doing his best Rashford impression. In the same way, if when you said Salah sits at the table with Gerrard, I turned around and said, but he's been crap this season. He can't be at the table. You'd go, no, but bro, look at all the good he's done in comparison to the below par. Gerrard wasn't brilliant for every single season, but his good far outweighs his bad. Mane's good far outweighs his bad. Hence why they're all legends. Do I think Mane sits at the table with Salah? No. Been the first to say it. Been saying it for years, actually. This isn't a new thing for me. But I'm never going to tear down Mane to say that, no, Salah's the guy. I can just prop up Salah. I don't need to say Robbo don't sit at the table with Salah. I can just say Robbo's the guy, best left back I've seen at Liverpool in my lifetime. But you see Salah, there's certain seasons I don't know if he weren't playing that, we wouldn't have won it. That's been my whole point, Sam. It's never been about who's better than the other or this, that, and the other. It's why are we as Liverpool fans so quick to say one of our players, he was crap at this period, rather than just saying our other player was better than him for these reasons. Simple. That's been my whole point. It's never been about who's better and who's not better and who sits at that table and why should Mane be in the conversation. It's always been about let's praise one player without tearing another player down. That's what rivals do. We do that to Arsenal fans. We do that to Chelsea fans. That's our shtick. We're meant to do that to rivals because they do it to us. But if we're doing it amongst ourselves, what the hell is that saying? That was my point. But got completely lost. Completely lost.
Okay. I understand your point, and I've already responded to everything you said. I get it. You think me leading with the Rashford thing is insulting, and I should have mentioned all the positive stuff Mane did. That's fine. And, you know, you're objectively allowed to have that opinion. And, you know, we shouldn't have to tear down a legend to bring down another legend.
No,
blah, blah,
Sam,
blah.
I didn't say you had to lead with Mane's positive stuff. I literally had my literal comments just now were, why don't you just say why Salah was better?
Okay. Now, here's the problem with this, which I've explained already. I said why Salah was better. I did.
And did we disagree with you?
Okay, so here's the thing. Like, once again, this is just coming down to like me saying Mane was doing a Rashford impression for 6 months. Okay, you know, that's disrespectful. That's something that I should have done, and I'm bringing him down. My question then becomes, why did we bring up Mane to begin with in that conversation? So you're saying he doesn't belong in that table, blah, blah, blah. Fine. You brought up Van Dijk and Alisson. Okay. So Mane was brought into that conversation. I could consider that a disrespect to Mo. He stayed 4 years longer and he did all that he did. Why are we bringing Mane to compare it to him?
Well, Matt, I can't speak for Matt because Matt brought him into the conversation, but Matt might look and go, oh, maybe Mane should be in the conversation. Maybe Fab should be in the conversation. Maybe some others should be in the conversation, considering we considered all these players world-class while they're at Liverpool. Again, you can have a conversation without necessarily saying that it's the case. But to literally say, boy, Mane might be in the conversation as well, I don't think that's a disrespect. That's a conversation starter.
Okay, but I'm saying, like, just like the whole Rashford Madueke thing and blah, blah, blah. I think bringing up, like, Mane in that conversation, to me, for a player who stayed and did what he did, I think, like, indirectly, we are bringing him down a little bit because we're just bringing up. And by the way, we saw the stuff that I played, like, oh, he finished second in Ballon d'Or, he won 2 AFCONs, and blah, 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 all these things. Like, you're looking at it from a perspective of, like, we just brought up the player. Yeah, but like, in my opinion, you brought up a player that I don't think sits on the same table, so I'm gonna have that reaction. So whether I led with disrespect or not, disrespect wasn't the only thing that I said. I did disrespect him by calling him Rashford, in your opinion, which is fine. But I also gave my footballing reasons as well. And I broke it down. I said 1 + 1 + 1 + 1. So the whole Rashford thing can't be the whole point of the debate because it wasn't. I brought up, and we discussed the seasons. 18-19, I said yes, but Mane had only 2 assists. He actually had 1 assist. He only had 1 assist. And this is why I think Mo was better, because they both play in the Klopp system. One guy on the right, one guy on the left. So it's fair to use GA as a measuring stick, in my opinion. One guy had like a lot more, 10 more assists almost in the league, etc., etc., etc. So those are the things that were brought up. So let's not pretend that it was just like a Rashford thing and that's it. Like, and like, here's the thing: from when the whole conversation started, I didn't really mention any other players like that. Like, I was just, you know, how do you feel about the news, Husam? I was like, yeah, Mo's been great for us. For me personally, he's 1A, 1B with Stevie, and then in the end, I said as well, Virgil is 1C, blah blah blah. So we're just having a normal conversation. If you bring up a player that left 4 years ago, I think we're just like tearing down Mo indirectly, because like the guy has 4 years extra of legacy, accomplishment, impact
So how does he sit on the same table as him? And even if you eventually say he doesn't sit on the same table as him, why are we comparing him? And I would have had the same exact reaction had you mentioned Fabinho, or had you mentioned Henderson, or had you mentioned anyone that left 4 years ago.
Can I ask you a question? Do you think Mane and Robbo sit on the same level, though? Or do you think Mane sits?
No, because it's about impact as well. I think Mane sits higher than Robertson, 100%. I said that earlier on in the stream as well, because it's about impact, not just winning. And it's the same with Joe Gomez, because Joe Gomez won 2 league titles. He doesn't have nowhere near the impact. Robertson last season's league title, he was like what, our 11th or 10th most important player in the team.
So then it's not just about time.
His impact is minimal.
So again, this is where I have a little bit of confusion. You say all right. So you said that Mane being brought into a conversation with Salah is a disrespect because Salah's been here for 4 more years. Let me land.
Yes.
4 more years and had the impact, right?
Yes.
But Robbo's been here for the same amount of time, and you have Mane above Robbo.
Yes.
So, and Robbo was a mainstay in the Liverpool team last season at left back. So, to me, that doesn't correlate. Once again, if you sat there and went, I think Salah's better for these reasons, I don't have an issue. But when you're using the timescale of he left 4 years ago, but then he's above Robbo, then is that not justification for Matt to ask the question and go, should Mane be in the conversation or should he not? And then for you to go, he shouldn't be in the conversation for these reasons, rather than go, but that's a disrespect. Do you not see it?
Okay.
Do you not see?
Yeah, no, I don't see it, because
fair.
Who else is on that table? Steven Gerrard. He doesn't even have a Premier League. Because one important, significant thing, and by the way, I've already said this publicly, so it's not like some hidden news. I said this yesterday. I said this today on today's stream about ends yesterday. It's not just about longevity, full stop. Why did I say, since we're having this conversation now, why did I put Mo above Virgil? Because I said Mo last season was the best player in the whole league. Therefore, I put Mo above Virgil. So it's not just who won league titles. It's not just X player won 2 league titles, X player won 1 league title. Guess what? Stevie got 0 league titles. So it's not just about, let's just ram league titles with each other. We're talking about, we're talking about the impact. We're talking about what you did. If a player does this, and this is the picture I showed earlier on in the stream. If a player
I saw it. No, but this is what I'm saying.
I'm obviously going to rank him above Virgil. And I said 1A, 1B, 1C as well. I didn't even say
but again, 2, 3, 4. Again, if that's the case and you're ranking Mane above Robbo, which again is a whole nother separate conversation.
I think Robertson's impact has been minimal. I'll be honest with you. I've been asking Robertson to get sold probably since the quadruple charge season. I've disliked Robertson's performances a lot, and me and Tom, before even working with Kopish, will tell you, I used to have Robertson arguments every single week, bro. I think Robertson has fallen off consistently.
Let me land.
And he's becoming worse and worse.
So again, can we take away the timescale thing then and just talk about impact? Because if we talk about times, I don't think timescale is irrelevant here, because Suarez is considered one of the best strikers of Liverpool's Premier League era, and he spent a lot less time than other strikers who have been here. For me, the conversation is more about impact. If the 2 players have very similar impact, then we can bring in timescale and time frame. But I don't think time frame has a situation here. Hence why, again, we were trying to get answers out of you about certain things, but because you saw it as such a disrespect, again, I don't understand why it was seen as such a disrespect, even if you disagree. It just felt it was just continuous gaslighting. And I was just like, oh, cool. If you're going to gaslight, I'm going to gaslight it. Because I feel as though we should be at a point now where we can have a debate without it being, I'm going to get personal with a player or whatever. It could have simply just been nah, Salah's ahead of him for this reason, that reason, and that reason. Again, I'm not going to speak for Matt. Matt's his own man. But if you'd said that to me, I'd have been like, Husam, I agree with you. I've been saying that for years as well. And then it would have been done there. It'd have been done there. In the same way, I don't tolerate people taking a mick out of Salah. Matt on the stream, Matt and Drift on the stream the other day, were like, oh, Matt, could you play right wing at the moment? And we laughed it off, and I was like, nah, bro, you can't do that. There's no way you're playing Premier League football. This is Salah. We're talking about a legend here. But in the same way that happens, brother, I'm going to speak about my other legends in the same way. We as Liverpool fans should not be tearing down our legends to prop up another legend. We don't need to do that. I don't see Man United tearing down Cantona to big up
why bringing up Mane?
Cristiano. Huh?
When I'm doing more prop, why bring up Mane then?
But
The statement you just said, we shouldn't tear down our legends. Great, I agree with you. When we're doing more prop because he's leaving this season, why bring down a player? Why
no,
bring
this
up
is the problem, Husam.
4 years ago?
This is the problem, Husam. You were doing Mo prop. You were doing Mo prop.
Actually, me, Tom, we were doing Mo prop.
No,
I think even you were doing Mo prop.
No, Husam, I asked you a question. How do you feel about the news? How do you feel about the news that
and it's normal to go like, this is one of our greatest players, blah, 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 blah.
Oh, we all know
blah,
this already. We all know
Yeah,
this.
but I didn't bring up anyone else when I'm having that debate. I just said, I think this is where he ranks. He's 1A, 1B, 1C, blah, blah, blah. These are our best players in Premier League era. So you're saying like, okay, so the topic is Mo is leaving, his replacements, the future, blah, 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 whatever the topic was headed into the stream. You ask me that question and I'm doing Mo prop and I'm talking about him leaving in the summer and his impact and what he's done for Liverpool Football Club. So just like everything you're just saying, I can easily just go like, okay, but you bringing up Mane is bringing Mo down. Because we're bringing a player that we already agree doesn't sit on the same table. So if a player we agree doesn't sit on the same table, why bringing him up?
Who else? Who brought up Virgil and Alisson?
You.
Are you sure it wasn't Tom?
No, you brought up Virgil and Alisson. I played it.
Are you sure? Did Tom disagree with what I said?
Yeah, Tom actually did disagree with the Virgil point as well. He did. We played it on the stream. Tom disagreed with you as well. He said the impact and blah, blah, and he said, Tom actually said that Salah goes banned with Thierry Henry.
He said that, but no, he said.
So he said if he's considered the greatest and blah, blah, blah.
He said in terms of accolades. But he also said that Virgil's at that table along with Alisson. He just said for himself, because Salah was the first superstar we had and he didn't want to leave, that's why he holds Salah in such a high. But your chat's even saying it. Tom was the one who brought up Virgil.
No, Virgil and Alisson, you brought them up, not me, not Tom. I literally have the timestamp. Do you want me to play it?
If you want. And again, I never brought Mane either.
No, I never said you brought up Mane, but you asked about Virgil and Alisson. I literally have the timestamp. I'm going to bring it up right now. One second. Here we go. I have the timestamp. I'm going to play it right now. You brought it up, Callum. If I wouldn't lie to your face like that.
I'm not saying you're lying. I'm not going to accuse you.
I'm going to play it for you. No problem.
Both of them they are 1A and 1B for Liverpool's Premier League era.
I'm here is talking about Gerrard and Mo.
Yeah, Gerrard and Salah.
There's no one else who sits on the same level as what Mohamed Salah and Steven Gerrard have done in our Premier
League. And you got the King as well. Don't, because I know people want. Here's another thing as well. I won't like this.
Sorry, why is Virgil
King Kenny?
Alisson? Virgil and Alisson have to be in that conversation with Salah as well. I'm sorry.
I wouldn't lie to you, Callum. Here we go.
I never said. I just asked a question.
No, I'm not saying you're saying I'm lying. I'm saying I wouldn't lie to you, and I played the clip. So you're the one that brought it up.
Fairs, that was me then.
So here's the thing. At the end of the day, I was really like, we started the stream, right? I was just doing more prop because the guy's leaving in the summer, you know. And I'm like, thank you for everything. I think he's 1A, 1B.
It wasn't a
little bit of Mo Gerrard conversation. And I said actually Tom, and I can play the clip from 2 years ago on the terrace. Tom said Mo's above Gerrard like 2 years ago. So that was the conversation. You brought up Virgil and Alisson, and I was actually calm throughout the whole Virgil and Alisson thing. I never said anything. And then the Mane thing, and I was just like, why are we bringing up Mane? Like, guy's been gone 4 years.
But it wasn't a Mo prop show. That's the point as well, Sam. You turned it into a Mo prop show.
I never said that. I'm saying you said you worked with Tom and Matt a day before, so you know their opinions. You asked me my opinion. I started speaking, and normally, just because the guy's leaving, I'm like, okay, he's done 1, 2, and 3, and blah blah blah. And that's it. By the way, big up to you as well, because he's he's been one of the people as well that's like defending me on multiple different streams and stuff like this, and I appreciate it. Even though Mane is his profile picture, when other people were saying like, "Oh, Husam is racist" and blah blah blah, you were actually defending me, and I appreciate that as well, because you know that this is not a racial conversation, and I've said the same for Callum as well. It's not because Salah is Muslim that Mane is being propped, because Mane is Muslim too. So yeah, but at the end of the day,
that one right there. Oh, that one right there. What's his name? Zafillo, right?
Yeah, I think he responded to one of the comments or something like that.
Yeah, he did. I'm just going to find that now.
On I think it was Ends stream. Yeah, he responded to one of the comments.
No, I've got it here. He says, Cal, Husam doesn't hate Mane, just chill out. Your behavior towards him has honestly been ridiculous. Constantly trying to pin him down and accuse him of having agendas and biases. So what? So do I, so do you. So once again, you brought up someone who defends you but chats shit about me. Nobody's truly objective. As true as it could be, you couldn't be convinced that Husam loves Mane. Once again, have I ever said that you hate Mane?
No.
Cool. So this is a Villo guy, chats crap. And then goes on to say a bunch of other nonsense. So this is the same guy that we're talking about being good to both of us when he jumped in a Kopish comment section chatting shit about me.
Well, I didn't read that, obviously, because I was talking.
So he's being a hypocrite, so he can't stand on business. Cool.
Who, me?
No, him.
Okay, that's up to him now.
Once again, wait. I'm going to read a sentence of what he says. You constantly imply Husam has bias for Salah because he's Arab. Have I once, Husam, have I once accused you of having bias towards Salah because he's Arab?
No, never. The comment that I'm
wait. Hold on, Husam. Hold on, Husam. Who else have I accused you of having bias to in the team? Alexis McAllister.
Yeah, and I said
last time I checked, is Alexis McAllister is he Arab?
No, he's not Arab and he's not Muslim.
So this is a Villo guy came in saying that I'm accusing you of being
no, if he's accusing you of being biased like that, of course that's wrong.
Cool.
I'm talking about another comment on one of the other streams as well, because he was actually defending me. So I didn't know that he said that, obviously. So there's a lot of comments, obviously. So like it's not, I didn't read every single one.
I just want to know why he's coming there acting like he's all la-di-da cool and that, but he's willing to say that I'm implying and accusing of certain things, but can't back it up with evidence and facts.
Fair enough. The thing is, for me, like at the end of the day, look, it's just this whole thing has been blown out of proportion by people in the comment section, and I've already said who else as well. And it was just a conversation.
I'm going to say it straight, and I say this to you as a brother. I'm going to say it to you straight as well, and I say this to you as a brother. It's also been blown out of proportion from you by accusing us on Kopish of having a bias towards VVD and tearing Salah down. This is where this was all started from.
We can have that conversation, no problem, but that's how I genuinely felt, and I said it like on YouTube live, and I was like, and I messaged you about this as well, and a lot of
no, you have, but I'm telling you, this is where it started from. So it's not started from people in the comments and all this. This has been started from you, bro.
No, but I'm talking about myself. I'm talking about this whole thing because I brought up stuff from October before this Virgil thing became even a thing. I brought up the screenshots that I sent to Ends in October of the people that said stuff. So we're talking about something that started long ago. If you're talking about the whole Virgil thing on Kopish, that's a different debate. I'm talking about this whole thing with the Salah thing has been building up for like 5 months now. This is not a 2-month thing.
I'm going to be real with you, Sam. Anyone who sent you derogatory message and all that, that's out of order. You know my thoughts on those sort of people.
Yeah, but that's why when I say like some people are racist, people go like, "Oh, he just says that because no." But I've actually I've literally read out messages and I've shown comments and I've done all that. So it's been a long time.
Sam, again, we've not spoken about it in Kopish, but bro, we've experienced the exact same thing. I'm not saying it's right what you're going through, by the way. I'm just saying you're not the only one who's been experiencing it. So we've been experiencing.
I never said that.
So then, when you, who's got a big platform, come out and say the Kopish boys have got an agenda against Salah or they've got an agenda for Virgil, and then it spirals into this, you can understand where the frustration comes from.
I understand, but
especially when there's no actual basis for that, rather than you disagree with our opinion on how a player's played in a game or two.
Okay, that's fine. If I have caused that, I apologize. But for me personally, I stick to my Virgil opinion that I do think we ignore a lot of the stuff that he does. Jamrock was in the chat, has mentioned this in one of the chats that we were doing together on one of the streams. He said the problem is you can't measure it with Virgil van Dijk because like it's very easy to just go like, yeah, Mo, goals and assists, his pace, this, and he can't get past players and all this. That's fine. But at the end of the day, with Virgil, you don't have a measuring stick as easy as that with a Premier League winger. It's easy with a Premier League winger to just go, oh, you know, he's done this, he's done that. It's difficult with Virgil because we can just go like Virgil's been below average, but he doesn't get nowhere near, you know, like the same whatever, like criticism, if you would like. That was my initial point that I brought up because of the whole standards debate and all this. Like, oh yeah, we hold Mo to a certain standard, that's why we criticize him. Okay, we hold Virgil to that standard too. So let's criticize him too, since it's become like a whole standards debate. So
but again, when have we not criticized Virgil this season?
I've given examples of games and stuff like this, but that's a completely different debate anyway. And that one will probably be even longer than that.
In fact, I'll ask the question: when have we criticized Salah unfairly?
I never said anyone criticized Salah unfairly. I never said that. I said that I just don't think people hold the same energy towards Virgil. And I said it's not a Kopish thing as well. I think this is a Liverpool fan thing in general. Like we don't do the same thing with Virgil. Like he does get away with a lot from a center back perspective, like post the Bournemouth game, like the Brighton game. We have criticized him, but I'm saying like it's not the same level of criticism. It's not the Van Dijk is washed, he needs to leave. It's not the Van Dijk is finished. It's not the Van Dijk is crap now. It's not the, you know, he's doing this, he's doing that. With the whole Virgil thing, like it's a lot easier to measure for the right winger because he just doesn't get past this player and he doesn't get goals and he doesn't get assists. But for a center back, you almost have to like bring up mistakes for you to like make that point. But you know, there's moments in games and there's stuff where you see like we're getting abused defensively, and Virgil is part of it. And I brought up moments like the whole, you know, away at Man City and the PSV Eindhoven and all these moments. And I'm not saying you didn't criticize him. I'm saying generally in the Liverpool fan base, Van Dijk gets away with a lot compared to Mo. This is not an insult to you or Kopish or anyone. I'm saying generally.
I mean, it becomes. I'm not even going to say it becomes an insult because it's your opinion. And I know it's for me an insult is when it's meant to be an insult, and I know you don't mean to do that.
No.
But when you do say we let Virgil get away with a lot, or this, that, and the other, then yeah, I'm going to take that a certain way because we don't do that. The PSV game, go and have a look at the rating we gave him. The Man City game, have a look at the rating we gave him. The Bournemouth game, have a look at the rating we gave him. We have given Virgil bad ratings where we believe he's deserved it. And we will continue doing that for every player. Like, we've done it for every player. Gravenberch, we've done it for him. Kanate after the Palace game. What do you think we gave Kanate after the Palace game and some of the other games he's had this season? But in the same way you say it's harder to quantify or harder to do this for Virgil in terms of his rating and stuff, I can turn around and say it's easier for Salah to get plaudits because when he scores a goal, it's more noticeable. But we don't do that. We still prop Salah up when he scores the goal or gets the assist because we know that's an important part of football. But if you're watching football with your eyes and you're actually taking in the game, you'll understand that when Virgil's faced with a one-on-one and he's able to move the striker over to a position where they can't even get a shot off, yeah, he's not going to get a block. He's not going to get a clearance or anything for that. But when you watch the game, you see, he dealt with that situation. And there's no metric or stats for that. Hence why I don't just do the stats thing. Stats have to be contextualized and the eye test is subjective. But you have to marry the two together. Hence why I never just do the Salah's on 19 GA this season, no one can chat to him. Because we all know Salah hasn't been his best version of himself this season. In the same way, when Mane's had seasons where he's got good GA or games where he's got good GA, but I go, he didn't play well that game. It's simple. I don't think it's a hard concept personally.
I hear it. And at the end of the day, you know, I say what I say on Virgil, and to be honest, like it's like I said, it's a more general thing more than just Kopish. I think just generally when it comes to these conversations, I do think Virgil van Dijk gets away with a lot. But that's it. At the end of the day, I think the Virgil debate is a completely different debate anyway. So yeah. Anyway, let me just read these before we get out of here.
I'm gonna dip out. Big up to everyone in your chat, apart from the people I named at the beginning, especially this Bissu and this Alexander and those bitches.
So can you just wait just a second, because some of they're addressing you. So it's just 3 super chats. It's not like 10. It's just 3. Liverpool YouTube is dead if you
Control
stop doing
delete another bitch as well.
Liverpool YouTube is dead if you stop doing streams together. We won't stop doing streams together. Why should we? We'll never stop doing streams together. I have so much respect for Callum, and I said this at the start of the stream, and Kopish. I call them pound for pound the best Liverpool channel. I stick by that opinion. I've never changed my opinion on that. I've never said, like, I've done so much Kopish prop, and that will never change. You know, some guy being, you know, I'm not even going to mention him already. I've already made my point, you know, regarding others. But, you know, it's not, we're not going to suddenly, oh, but guys, the Husam Kopish collab is finished. No, for what? For us disagreeing on a football thing or whatever, disagreeing on a topic. We're not going to do that. You know, I love working with Kopish, and it's the truth. And from my perspective, I'll never go like, oh, yalla, see you guys later. Like, I'll never say that. So.
Yeah, I want to clear that up as well. For a lot of people in the comment section, I don't think people may be in a situation where they can have heated debates with some people and not find it, or not feel like there is where you can still work together. Again, I'll tell you this to your face, this time I'll tell you this behind your back. If I didn't like you, if I didn't want to work with you, I wouldn't work with you. I wouldn't even be doing this stream now. I did this stream because I wanted to clear a few things up. Again, we've spoken privately. There's certain things that happened today I wasn't a fan of. Spoke to you privately, came at you directly. I just wanted to clear up certain things. I didn't think you understand where I was coming from. There were certain things where you probably didn't think I was understand where you're coming from. So I thought, you know what, let me hash this out now, and then I'm done with it. I'm not going to do a reaction to this.
Doing this debate ever again.
No, I'm not.
Please, let's not do this debate ever again. I need M16's the beast to cook chairlam into a pizza. M16 is a fraud. He actually was on the Cassandra's show as well, doing Callum prop.
I don't lie. I don't tell lies.
Cal, I think your rating is spot
Delete and Alexander and Bisso, they're all bitches. All of them they're the bitch boys. That's what we call them now, the bitch boys.
Hey, now you know how I feel about all these people calling me anti-black and calling me Arab bias
and that's why we ban them, Husam, because we don't do the race stuff over here. But I've been called crazy things online, so I'm not gonna do the whole, oh, you know what, if Sam's saying this, he might be racist. No, we cut that out of our community. We don't do that around there.
I think that's total bullshit as well. I think your no rating is spot on. Virgil van Dijk is inflated. What does this mean? Because it says Cal and you know Jamrock.
Yeah. No, again, me and Jamrock, this is another example of someone who me and Jamrock will have back and forths all the time, but there's never anything beyond it. He doesn't believe that I criticize Virgil enough. I believe I do. We both agree to disagree. Simple as.
Yeah. Fair enough. I think Jamrock gave footballing reasons why I felt what I felt. And I think, like, even when you heard his reason, you understand it. Because at the end of the day, for a winger, it's easy to go like, oh, he don't get GA and he's not as quick and blah, blah, blah. For a centre-back, it's a lot more difficult to have an actual measuring stick of like, oh, yeah, this specific thing. It's almost like you've got to wait for a mistake or error leading to goal or blah, 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 for it to be, like, visually seen on the football pitch. But we know he hasn't been his level anyway, you know, for both. Verge gave Cal his shorts posted. Wow. Anyway, this was a stream and a half, eh? Big up to you, Callum. I know you've got to leave. I'm going to add the Kopish in the description, so please go give them a subscribe. Big up to you, Callum. Appreciate you hopping on. And once again, apologies for even doing this, but like I said, it's been building up for 5 months now. 5 months. Disrespect thrown at my way. I just had to address it today, you know. So I appreciate you coming on.
Nah, it's all love, man. Big up, as I said, big up to the good people in the chat and bun the pricks in it. They know who they are.
Big up. Appreciate you, bro.
Nice,
appreciate you. Yes, sir. Inshallah. I'll see you on Friday as well on your channel. Big up to you, bro.
Big up.
So anyway, guys, before I end the stream, listen, we're here. We're here 2 hours and 37 minutes later.
Listen, me and Kopish are never gonna fall out. Everyone knows this already. We have too much respect towards each other for us to fall out or anything like this. And look, Don Husam community, Habibis. Hi guys, like and subscribe. I said what I said about the people that I wanted to say, like what I say earlier on in the stream. And look, I said unless I need to, I'm never gonna do this type of stuff ever again, because I just don't want to do this dramatic shit. I just want to do content. I just want to talk about football. I just want to end the stream and just go on with my day, you know. But when people chat shit, you have to say something, specifically when they've been chatting shit over and over and over and over again. So, you know, people have to be called out. And at the end of the day, I called out who I think has to be called out, and that's it. I didn't even, you know, I see people keep bringing up Enz's name in the chat and shit like this. I didn't even say anything bad about Enz, by the way. I said, like, you know, just try to be a bit more fair with your reactions, brother. You get me? I get, you know, this whole, you know, we disagree and stuff, but let's bring up everything I say and actually discuss it and actually have to try to be objective. The other one is a lost cause. I'll be honest with you. Complete lost cause. So I said what I said on him, and it is what it is. Now I'm expecting 25 videos by him done on me, you know, because it's the popular thing now. Of course, we're gonna have 25 other videos now with this person. I don't even want to say. I don't even want to say. I'll do better. You know, Enz, I'll be honest with you. I watched your reaction, even though you're live streaming this right now. I watched your reaction while I was working out as well, so it pumped up my workout. I watched your reaction. I really have no issue with you reacting or whatever. But at the end of the day, you know your problem? I'll tell you why you're a fraudulent person sometimes. You hone into one point. Like, if Husam said that it's because he stayed longer, then if Virgil stays next season and wins the league, does that put him above him? But no one said that. I said also impact. You have to look at the impact and what he did on the football pitch and the way that he did this and the way that he did that. And Enz knows he's a fraud as well with the whole, you know, the whole Friday show thing. He's like, man, I miss those days. Habib, I've asked you 12 times. You said yes once. You miss them? I asked you 12 times from May until September 5. 12 times I asked you and you came on once. Oh, I miss those days. Habibi, you said no 11 times. Who's the one that's stopping inviting you? You want to come on next Friday's show? You want to come next Friday? Yallah, I'll get you on next Friday's show from now. No problem. I'll get you on. Yeah, bro, I asked you 12 times and he didn't come on. 12 times. He said yes, 1 out of 12. You get me? So if you want to come on Friday, next Friday's show, no problem. Bring him on next Friday's show from now. From now, we're booking it if he's free. Either 10 or 11. I don't know. It depends. You know, it will most likely be 11, could be 10 on a Friday night. I have no issue working with Enz even. I'd like, it is what it is. You know, I'll be honest with you, I crashed out at you earlier and I said you're a snake and a fraud. And I said that, you know, you've made your shtick like reacting to my content. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. I have nothing against you, khalas. Like what I say behind your back, I'll say to your face in front of the people. I don't have anything against you. Just try to be more fair when it comes to reactions. You know, just bring up the actual arguments. Even though you disagree with me from a football perspective, agree with certain things that I say. You know, just try to be like, you know, more objective with it. The other one is a lost cause. I'm not even going to try with him because it's just a popular thing. Like maybe next season I'll be popular again. He'll do more like prop streams. Like, oh, this is why Husam is the GOAT and blah, blah, blah. You know, so it is what it is. But yeah, Enz. If you want to come on the next Friday show, tell me. End of the day, Mo is better than Mane and Mo top 3 all time. Yeah, I agree with this. I agree with this. I agree with this. 3 hours of entertainment from small biceps, man. Hey, big up, man. There is no need to do all this. At the end of the day, but khalas, I had to do it today. This has been building up for 3-4 months. And just had to say something today. I just had to respond because it's just getting out of control, bro. Can't believe that many people. Bro, people are accusing me of racism because I said Mo is better than Mane. Bro, the guy left 4 years ago. The other guy has 4 years of impact. 4 years of impact I can add to the table. Impact, not just 4 years, empty 4 years. You know? So today what I said, I'll be honest with you, I had to say it.
But I don't want to do this type of content. I don't want to do this reactions type of content. I don't. I just want to do my content. Just get on with my day, man. It is what it is. It is what it is. Anyway. Big up. Big up. You'll be there next Friday. Great. See, here, I'm going to start asking you to come on my streams publicly. Maybe this way there's a bigger chance of you saying yes ends. You know? Maybe now we have a bigger chance of you saying yes ends. But we're going to leave Scraps banned, though. We ain't going to unban him. Yeah, he disagrees with me a lot. He disagrees with me a lot. The fact you don't know who, I'm not even khalas. Go back to the stream and watch it. Anyway, big up all of you, man. Who's live right now? No one's live right now. The whole of YouTube is asleep. I'm up at 4:52 a.m. because I got rage baited. I got rage baited by someone who can't be consistent. It is what it is. Anyway. Yalla. Love, boys. I don't even know. I told the Ahwa crew there's no Ahwa tomorrow, so I have no idea what I'm doing tomorrow. You're live, Paz? You ain't live. Why are you lying? Where is Paz live? Paz is not live. Why are you lying, bro? You're copying the same title, but for Catch. Yeah, I'm not involved. Hey, Catch, I'm not involved, huh? I'm not involved. I'm not involved. I'm not involved. Way too many things rhyme with Husam. And, you know, so I'm not going to take my chances of having a diss track on me. We're just not going to do this. Hey, big up Catch, man. Big up. Hey, hold that, Paz. I'll be honest with you. That's on you, buddy. You go fight Catch by yourself. I'm not involved, Habibi. I've missed a lot of the last few hours, but my disagreement was that we could sign another goalkeeper center back. We done well in AFCON many times. It means nothing. Yeah, I hear you, but that's why I said 1B, 1C. Like at the end of the day, if I say 1A, 1B, 1C, that's not a disrespect. Guys, the Rashford thing was a disrespect. But get over it, yani. Khalas, he was right crash. Bro, Lewis calls Salah the Nile River like Pedro Neto. Who cares, man? Who cares? Just you know. Oh, Catch is here. Big up Catch, man. Please don't do this track on me, huh? Please. It was Pads who said it. There's many things that rhyme with Pads as well, in case you need for your next track. I'm innocent. He said he's gonna call you out. I'm innocent. I got nothing to do with this. You get me? So call him out, please. Big up to you, Sean, man. I appreciate you. You know, Sean just wants love for everyone. Sean just wants peace in the world. You know, so. Yeah. Big up to you guys anyway. We're gonna end it here, boys. Appreciate you all. Thank you guys so much. And yeah. Peace out, Habibis. Peace out.